Weekends every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at Tijuana Flats for a limited time where you can get 2 entrees, 2 drinks, and an appetizer for just $20 every weekend at Tijuana Flats for a limited time only. Use the Real Radio Talkback on the Iheartradio app now for your chance to win $40 in Flats cash to try the 2 for $20 weekends only at Tijuana Flats. Get more info at realradio.fm/taco.
Summer offers don't get any better than this. 0% APR financing at Sutherland Nissan Orlando. Plus, make no payments for 6 months. Get our exclusive lifetime warranty. And shop a huge certified pre-owned selection. Sutherland Nissan Orlando. OrlandoNissan.com.
Rise and shine, honey. We don't want to miss our flight.
Our flight is in 7 hours. And we have TSA PreCheck with our Navy Federal flagship credit card.
TSA PreCheck? Getting my bugle through security will be so much easier now.
Learn how you can earn up to 3 times points on travel with the flagship credit card at NavyFederal.org. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Insured by NCUA.
Take life by the chip and dip it with 2 for $20 every Friday and Saturday at Tijuana Flats. Choose 2 full-size entrees, an appetizer, and 2 drinks for just $20. Smack my and call me Sally. 2 for $20 every Friday and Saturday. Only at Tijuana Flats.
Hey shoppers, this is your local farmer letting you know that Florida watermelon is in season right now. Look for the Sunny Fresh from Florida logo while you shop. We're going to need a lot more help at checkout.
It's a fact. When it comes to your health care, early detection saves lives. No question about it. And when it comes to your long-term health care, you want the most information possible for sure. That's where Life Imaging FLA comes in. With Life Imaging FLA, there's no guessing game, just hard data in real time so you can create a healthcare plan that's proactive, not reactive. With my full body scan from Life Imaging FLA, I now know that I have small cysts on my kidneys, the beginnings of diverticulitis, and a moderately swollen prostate gland. That allows me to form a healthcare plan with my primary care physician to attack these issues head on. Do what I did. Call Life Imaging FLA now for your free heart scan. With just a few minimum requirements, that's a $699 value. And while you're there, ask about their cancer screening as well. Just pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, keyword free heart scan. That's pound 250, say the keyword free heart scan, and you'll be connected in seconds. Don't wait another minute to make that very important appointment today. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto-dial text message from iHeartMedia.
Take control of your health and your wallet at healthfinder.fl.gov. Your one-stop shop to compare medical facilities in your area. From copays to x-rays, asthma treatment, and ultrasounds, healthfinder.fl.gov gives you a straight answer on cost and lets you compare against providers. Choose wisely. Live healthy at healthfinder.fl.gov. Paid for by the Agency for Healthcare Administration.
My fellow Americans, R.C. Hill here from R.C. Hill Mitsubishi. I think it's high time we celebrate and break free from your old ride and declare your independence in a nicer, newer car for just $7 down. Have you been feeling put down? Then it's time to let freedom ride. So keep your cash and drive a new 23 Outlander for just $7 down. So kick your old ride to the curb and let freedom ride for just $7 down. But hurry, this celebration ends soon. I'm R.C. Hill, your car dealer next door. Get free at rchill.com.
At Morgan & Morgan, the fee is free. You don't pay us anything unless we win your case.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman & Lind Studios. Why Kaufman & Lind? Because clients and character matter. Contact them at whenyounneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. Three best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day.
The news junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and C-Lane.
It is Friday, June 16th, 2023. Lots to get to today, from what did Conor McGregor do to how much money does it take to be rich. and the weird things happening at a Harvard morgue. Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Sabrina is out. Hello, C-Lane.
What's happening?
And our friend Fritz is with us. Hello.
Hey, Gates.
Hello to you, too, as well. You can join us on the show. All you have to do is send us what we call a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and record on your first dispatch today. And this never, ever, ever happens.
Whoa. What happened?
I checked that secret inbox right before the show.
I thought you got rid of that.
I deleted it. It came back. I don't know what's going on.
You gotta play along here.
Oh my
God!
It's spooky.
Let's see what we got a message from. Oh, it says Sabrina at Bonnaroo.
Oh,
Let's see what she says.
Have a great Friday, you mother.
We did it, everybody! Yeah, we made our way through a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday has arrived. Pat yourself on the back. You done well.
We did it, C-Lane!
We're going to have some fun today, and we hope you join along with us. How's everybody doing on a Friday?
Good.
Yeah. C-Lane's just really getting it all done at the last minute here today.
I tell you what, like, everybody on the way here was slow.
Oh, were they? Just getting
there
your
were
way?
2 full-ass dump trucks just taking their sweet time.
Were you screaming at people?
I was not screaming.
I would have been. I always do. If I'm late and then I keep hitting red lights, I'm like, come on!
Yeah, me too.
And then at some point, I'm like, all right, I'm past all the dump trucks. I got some time. Did my 7-Eleven.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
he worked that in. He still worked that in.
And then it turns out I was the slow one.
Yeah.
I was just, I guess. And then I got back in the car and I was like, oh, 53 after the hour. Well,
Fritz and I are sitting here. We're looking at each other. We're like, Fritz goes, should I get over and fix these buttons and figure out how the buttons work? And I go, there's too many buttons. We don't have enough time to figure out the buttons over there.
And then, so I'm like clicking around on his laptop, and it's password protected. And I go, do you know his password? You look at me, why not? You go, no. I'm like,
we got nothing.
So now we have a need for a one sheet just in case, just so we can log in.
The emergency sheet.
And usually the buttons would work for you.
Right.
But this week I tried to upgrade the software.
Didn't work
out. So it's not starting, it's nerd stuff. It's not a big deal. But this would be the week that the buttons didn't work that I got here late.
Yeah, all right. Well, here we are. We got everything going for you on a Friday. And send us your dispatches so we can have a little fun back and forth. Let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's going on in this great, big, wide world of ours. And we go to the world of baseball. Fritz, you love you some baseball.
I do. I love the Tampa Bay Rays.
You got a hat on right now. Tampa Bay Rays right in front of me. The Rangers were playing the game that we're going to. They were playing against the Los Angeles Angels, and a bunch of people got kicked out of the game.
Okay.
It wasn't just like one person got thrown out. You've seen that a million times, Fritz.
Mm-hmm.
The coach starts screaming or something, and the ump goes, get out of here!
Yep. Usually about balls and strikes.
This was a lot.
I once saw the umpire of a smaller baseball game.
Like a Little League baseball game?
I don't know. 3'5".
I don't know if it was Little League, but it was like, it was at least minor league. Could have been Little League. The ump threw out the organ player for playing 3 blind mice when he made a bad call.
Is that you gonna really do that? I didn't even know you could
He
do
did
that.
it.
Well, to the baseball game here. Let's see what went down.
Well, while you were grabbing a beverage from your fridge, it's been an eventful couple of minutes at Club Life Field. Bruce Bochy's ejected, but also Marcus Semien ejected. He was ejected. Now
Two
watch
of them.
this. Mike Maddox, the pitching coach, out quickly, and Mike Maddox is now ejected.
Kevin, I gotta be
This guy's just bouncing him.
Why does he feel the need to do the full-armed out?
I love it. That's my favorite part of it. Because then everybody in the stands knows somebody's been ejected from the game.
Well, yeah, so they've got hand signals because there was one player back in the day who was deaf and couldn't hear calls, so that's why they have safe and out. So that's why they do it. But
that's interesting.
But
now,
you can really put some mustard behind it.
Yeah, you're out of here. Yeah. It tosses this guy out. 3 of the coaches or coaching staff tossed out of the game.
So who's going to coach?
That's it. It's just the players. It's all on them now. You know, Austin, who has done so much work on this studio, it's insane. He sent me a link the other day. I've never heard of this. Perhaps you've heard of this before, Fritz. It was some kind of new baseball thing, and it was called like Savannah Bananas? Savannah Banana Baseball or something.
They play Banana Ball.
Yeah, Banana Ball. That's what it is, Banana Ball. And it was these 2 teams playing Banana Ball.
Ding, 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 Banana Ball.
And I swear to God, see, like, the batter is up, right? Okay, pitcher throws the ball, batter hits it. The ball goes into the outfield. The outfielder does a backflip and then catches the ball and then throws it in. And I'm like, what is happening here? So banana ball is wild.
Yeah, and if you hit a foul ball into the stands, someone calls it, and everyone goes, wait. And if they catch it, that batter is out.
It counts as an out?
Yeah.
Oh, it's wild, that game.
It's cool.
I've never seen that before, but it's real exciting to watch, honestly. Well, Conor McGregor is in some trouble right now. They're trying to figure out what he did. There's some video that surfaced, and I guess they said a video released Friday says Conor McGregor, you know him, the MMA star, entering a bathroom in this video with a woman who said she was sexually assaulted by him once inside.
Oh, boy.
And you could see in it, this woman's trying to get his attention, right? And so he grabs the woman's hand and he leads her into the bathroom. She goes with him into the bathroom. And then his bodyguards do that thing where they square up in front of the bathroom. And then they said in the bathroom is where she says she was sexually assaulted by Conor McGregor. This was at the Cassia Center in Miami. I think that's how you say it. Around midnight, June 10th. The footage also appears to show the three bodyguards stand in front of the bathroom door once McGregor and the woman go inside. On Thursday, TMZ reported the woman's lawyer, Ariel Mitchell, had written demand letters accusing McGregor of violently sexually assaulting his client.
Wow.
First aggressively kissing her, and then coercing her into performing oral sex on him. McGregor's team has denied the allegations. They said it's no more than a shakedown, but it's really bizarre. You see the footage, you see them both go in the bathroom together. She looks to be willingly going to the bathroom, but, we don't know what happens inside.
Right.
This is why it's, look, let's put all the allegations aside. But if you're somebody who's in the limelight, if I was somebody like that, I don't know that I would be finding myself ever going into a room with a person that I did not know very well and risking that person saying something about me. Now, he very well might have done this. I don't know that.
Yeah.
But just in case, you don't want to put yourself in the position where somebody could say something happen.
Ruins a perfectly good casual encounter.
Right. You're going into a public bathroom. No cameras are in there, all right? And you're going in there, and then, all bets are off when that happens.
It's like the old Hollywood adage, keep your side of the street clean.
Right.
Don't bring that around here. Don't do that. You have to have better impulse control.
Is he married? I don't. Let me see here, because that would be another kicker here. Conor McGregor married. I thought he was married at one point, but maybe he wasn't. His extravagant wedding was revealed. This is 2013. Then this says why he has not married Dee Devlin yet. So I don't know if he's married or not, but that doesn't look good regardless. Don't go in public bathrooms, rather, with people unless you want something to be said afterwards, because there you go. Before we get to you, and by the way, Fernando says he's married. He's always in trouble for something, so he could be innocent and all roided up and coked up. Well, who knows? There might be something to that, maybe not.
Wikipedia says he's been in a relationship with his fiancee, Dee Devlin, since 2008. They have 3 children, but no mention of marriage.
All right, if you're even in a relationship, going into a public bathroom with another woman is off the list.
Even in an open relationship, there are rules against that,
Yeah.
right? It's like, just tell me who you're with.
Yeah, this looks bad. It's a very, very bad look for him. We'll see what happens with this case, because now there's a lawsuit against him, or appears to be one forming right now. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Let us know what you think. Also, more in the back and forth between Reddit and their moderators. The CEO is now firing back. If you missed this, Reddit said, we're going to charge a bunch of money if somebody wants to access information from Reddit, the API. So if somebody wants to build their own Reddit app, they're going to have to pay us for access to that data.
Right.
And the big Reddit app said, this is going to kill us. It's going to cost us $20 million a year for the biggest app. And then all of these subreddits, which are the different communities on reddit.com, they started to shut down. They locked their subreddits.
Most of them are back.
Right. Most of them are back.
Most of them are back and being mocked by the South Park subreddit that never shut down. And they're just it's been all kinds of South Park memes, or memes, as some people like to call them, about oh, look what you did. You protested and nothing happened.
Right. No results so far. And now the CEO...
Even my favorite porn Reddits are back.
The CEO is saying the mods are too powerful. He's planning on changing rules on Reddit so users can vote the mods out. And he said the current system where mods can only be removed by themselves, higher ranking mods or Reddit itself, is not democratic, and compared it to a landed gentry. If you're a politician or business owner, you're accountable to your constituents. So a politician needs to be elected and a business owner can be fired by its shareholders. And on Reddit, that is not the case. So he's fighting back on all of this. I don't know if this is going to help him out. This might just piss off people more. You already got the system where the moderators are in charge. Yep. You don't want that to go haywire, and it seems to already be going that way. Real quick, before we start the show full force, we have an email from...
Oh, we haven't done that yet?
No, this is half force.
You just got here. How could we?
Yeah, it's half force. We need to wait 15 more minutes?
Listen very closely, Fritz.
Here he goes.
Listen carefully. I got here early, according to Sabrina.
John emails tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Every guy in your studio needs to have their man card revoked immediately.
Oh, is this? Please tell me this is about the almost cursed, the damn NBA Dream Team.
Don't curse right now. There's other problems going on behind the scenes. Regarding NBA players playing in the Olympics, none of you recall the Dream Team. Haven't heard of this, sir. I've never heard of this. It was the first year NBA players were allowed to play in the Olympics. Professionals have been allowed to play in the Olympics since the last Dream Team. Remember the flying carrot, Shaun White? Yes, I do know who that is. He's a professional snowboarder. How about tennis in the Olympics? Guys, I'm worried about y'all.
Listen, I was a little behind by about 30-something years. But I was a little behind on my facts.
I don't know sports. I don't know what goes on to these things.
I did pretty good at Savannah ball.
That was damn good.
Ball.
Thank God we have you here today, Fritz. Thank God.
I'm already tuckered out. You know?
Yeah, that's it. You gave your all in the first quarter, and that's it. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, Friday is on, and we want to hear from you, so join us with your dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com to record yours now. Somebody has an anonymous email when we come back. Plus, how much money does it take to be rich? What do you think? Let us know. It's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Introducing the latest way to hear the greatest station in the world. Just tell Siri to play Real Radio 104.1. You're welcome, iPhone users.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Authorities are clearing up an accident on Old Winter Garden Road heading westbound between Ivy Lane and Pine Hills Road. There's stop-and-go traffic on I-4 eastbound between US 27 and after Osceola Polk Line Road. Authorities are clearing up an accident on the Greenway heading southbound at US 1792 exit 50. Traveling on Florida's Turnpike, you can expect your regular pockets of congestion. See traffic troubles. Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Fresh from Florida.
Hey shoppers, this is your local farmer letting you know that Florida watermelon is in season right now. Look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo while you shop. We're going to need a lot more help at checkout.
From the Florida Department of Agriculture.
Our Iheartradio Music Festival is coming back to Las Vegas, September 22nd and 23rd at T-Mobile Arena.
Streaming live only on Hulu.
Capital One cardholders can grab their tickets right now before anyone else. Only available while pre-sale tickets last or until today at 1 p.m. Eastern. Add a Capital One Access Pass to your pre-sale purchase to attend an exclusive private performance from Fallout Boy. Only available during the cardholder pre-sale. Pre-sale tickets are limited and will go fast. So visit iHeartRadio.com/Capital One to buy now.
After an accident, it's important to hire an attorney right away. Evidence can disappear quickly. Sure, you could wait to hire an attorney later and see how things turn out, but delays never make a case better. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. JustCallMo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
Don't miss 2 for $20 every Friday and Saturday at Tijuana Flats. Get 2 entrees, 2 drinks, and an appetizer for just $20. Choose from your favorites like those tacos, burritos, and more. 2 for $20 every Friday and Saturday. Get it while it's hot at Tijuana Flats.
O'Reilly. Win the battle against rust and corrosion with PB Blaster at O'Reilly Auto Parts. PB Blaster quickly busts loose rusted, corroded, or frozen parts. PB Blaster is great for everything from bolts to frozen locks. Right now, pick up an 11-ounce bottle of PB Blaster for just $6.99, plus get 2 times O Rewards points. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts or O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter, that Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs. and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Ricardo, quote, "This is one of the greatest inventions ever. I know this may sound like I'm exaggerating, but this sucker is amazing. The first time I did it, I couldn't believe what came out of my sinuses. I could breathe with ease. My wife just bought one too. Thank you for this product," unquote. He's one of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go. Shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have Afib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Here at the Almond Joy Factory, where tropical vibes abound, we use soft, fresh-tasting coconut.
The crunchiest almonds and delicious chocolate candy.
Ah, but do you know what our most important ingredient is? Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Sometimes you don't.
Almond Joy's got nuts and something even way better than that. Yes, Almond Joy is made with almonds and joy.
If you're hiring, it can feel like trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use Ziprecruiter. Like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers.
Ziprecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on Ziprecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Now try Ziprecruiter free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/FREE.
Do you struggle with occasional nerve aches in your hands or feet? Try Nervive Nerve Relief from the world's #1 nerve care company. Nervive tablets contain alpha-lipoic acid to relieve nerve aches, weakness, and discomfort, plus B-complex vitamins to support healthy nerve function as you age. Live life with less nerve discomfort with Nervive Nerve Relief. Learn more at nervivehealth.com. And try Nervive Pain Relieving Cream to block nerve pain signals at the source. Use as directed.
Packing for your summer road trip? Leave the travel guide at home and bring the Autio app along for the ride. Autio brings any drive to life with fascinating stories about the places you go, all narrated by expert storytellers. Browse through Autio's more than 10,000 fascinating location-based tales to inspire your travel itinerary and discover unique destinations along the way. Wherever summer takes you, make your next drive an adventure with Autio, the perfect companion for your next road trip. Learn more at AUTIO.com.
Rise and shine, honey. We don't want to miss our flight.
Our flight is in 7 hours. And we have TSA PreCheck with our Navy Federal flagship credit card.
TSA PreCheck? Getting my bugle through security will be so much easier now.
Learn how you can earn up to 3 times points on travel with the flagship credit card at NavyFederal.org. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Insured by NCUA.
When you open your hopper, you don't fill it with just any hardwood pellets, right? You fill it with Kingsford 100% hardwood blend pellets. Made right here in the USA with North American ingredients and a 100% natural hardwood blend, Kingsford pellets can be used on any pellet grill and add delicious smoky flavor to any meal. Kingsford's the name you trust for the low and slow cooking you crave. So look for Kingsford 100% hardwood blend pellets. Kingsford.com.
0% APR financing on new Nissans. Now at Sutherland Nissan Orlando. OrlandoNissan.com.
Radio. Radio. 104.1.
Or a month or a year, you probably know that I hate flying. I'm scared of flying. I can't shake it. I know all the logical reasons why I shouldn't be scared. I'm smart enough to know that. But I hate it. I hate being in a metal tube 30,000 feet in the air going 500 miles an hour. It's amazing and scary at the same time. But I did not know this. C-Lane, just for the record, not at all scared of flying. No
Love it.
anxiety whatsoever. Fritz, what about you? Do you get bothered by flying?
No, not really.
Yeah, it doesn't bother you too much.
I like going to the airport. I like standing in long lines and being scrutinized.
And getting felt up if the body scan machine's not working.
If the possibility presents itself, sure.
This is a guy in Ecuador. For those of you watching on YouTube and twitch.tv/The News Junkie, you can see this. His name's Ariel Valentini, and he was flying his plane along. And I guess it just shows you another risk of flying. He hit a bird.
Oh, my God.
And then he was able to take his phone out. And you can see he's got blood all over him. And there's a bird just hanging.
Oh, gosh.
He's got blood all over his face, too. He's just like covered in blood on his face. And he was still able to safely land the plane. But you got to think, that would rock your world if you were flying along. And all of a sudden, bam, right through the little windshield of the plane there comes this bird. It's a big bird. I don't know what it is. Turkeys don't get that high, but it's something real big that this guy
Maybe
ran
it's a
into.
vulture?
It could be.
Yeah.
It's like a large bird.
Did the bird make it?
Bird made it. It's back safely at Bird Home now, hanging out with his bird.
I know. I asked the question. He's
deader than dead.
Ain't never been a bird as dead as that bird dead. That thing is dead, man.
I asked it. He looked right at ceiling.
We're going to hear from you and your dispatches. What do you think about what's going on in the world? Go to thenewsjunkie.com to send yours now. You can do it from your phone, your laptop, whatever. And tips at thenewsjunkie.com. Anonymous emails. And it says, my mom had my older brother in 1974 and got her tubes tied. She was about 24 years old. She got pregnant with and had me in 1986. I had 2 daughters by the time I was 24 and got a vasectomy. My wife at the time had to sign to allow me. We're separated now. I don't know if it was over that. I'm 36 now, the same age as my mom when she had me, and I've been with my current wife since 2015. No one told me to get my sperm count checked from time to time, and we're going to have a baby soon. I'm the same age as my mom when she had me. It's definitely my kid. I've had my count checked since we found out, and apparently it healed itself. So get
the
yours.
vasectomy, dude?
Yeah, that's what he's saying.
Yeah. Whoa.
Get yours checked from time to time if you get one. I didn't know that was a possibility.
I knew that you had to go get your count checked after the vasectomy. Much in the same way that I got mine checked
to prove that it's working.
To prove that the vasectomy was successful, you got to get that 0 count.
Yeah,
but I didn't know that you needed to regularly go in and make sure.
I've never heard of this before, but I guess you could still be able to get somebody pregnant even if you have the vasectomy if it's not working right.
I think it was the first baseman or maybe an outfielder for the Boston Red Sox, Johnny Damon. He had a vasectomy, and then I think, like, out of the blue, his wife was pregnant again, and then he took a test, and it had somehow found a way.
Let me tell you something. You're going to take that test, too, because you're like, wait a second.
Is anybody surprised that Johnny Damon's sperm found a way?
He's got that super
the guy's a superstar.
Still worked its way through.
It's funny. The anonymous emailer is my age, and he sounds like the same situation as a kid that I went to elementary school with. It lived in my neighborhood, too, which was rare because I lived far away from my private school.
Right.
And he said his older brother, after his older brother, mom got the tubes tied. Didn't tie tight enough, and he was like a miracle baby.
Man, I just didn't even know that was a possibility, but I guess you got to stay on top of it and keep getting tested and do all that. Big question for everybody, and I'll throw it by you, Sealand, and you, Fritz, first, because there's a story out today from the Associated Press, I believe, and they've done some research here to find out through different age brackets and stuff how much money people think it takes to be considered wealthy. How much money do you think somebody needs to have to the point where you'd be like, that person is wealthy? That number changes, obviously, over time. And I'll tell you, when I was young, when you thought about $1 million, you were like, whoa, that person has $1 million. And you thought, they'll never be able to spend all that. But I don't know if that's what it is anymore.
Is it net worth?
Yeah, just their overall wealth, how much money they have. I'm trying to see if it says net worth or not. It doesn't. It just says how much money does a person need to have for you to consider them wealthy? And what would you say, C-Lane? What's the amount of money where you're like, this person's got that much, they are wealthy right now?
I'd say, let's see, $1 million would be 7 figures.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say 8 figures.
If you have 8 figures, $10 million and up, you are like, that person's wealthy. Right?
I mean, now you're rich.
What do you...
Wealthy would be like...
Do you draw a dividing line between rich and wealthy?
Yeah, wealth is usually assets and property. And,
Uh-huh. Like, all this stuff, you're not liquid, right? So
it's just things that you have.
Right. And then rich is rich better than wealthy?
No, wealthy's better.
Wealthy is better than rich.
Yeah.
Fritz disagrees.
Well, no, I was just thinking, if you're rich, you can spend all your money.
Yes. Yeah. If you're rich, you could buy frivolous things.
Yeah, but if you're wealthy, you can sell properties.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I think wealthy seems fancier to me, but I don't know. Is there a difference in definition between the two of those? Or is it just like a synonym for, wealth when you say the word rich?
It was like the way I remembered it was how Chris Rock did the bit rich versus wealthy.
Mm-hmm. I never heard this.
And he said Shaquille O'Neal is rich. The guy that signs his paycheck is wealthy.
Right, yeah. That makes sense according to a lot of people in chat right now. They're saying, Last Poet on YouTube says, what used to be $1 million is now $1 billion. So $1 billion for him, that's what it takes to be wealthy. Bootsy Moonshine on YouTube says, wealthy, $40 million is how much it takes. Big Doug Millionaire says exactly $159 million.
So this is a good breakdown. This is gobankingrates.com. What is better? The main difference is in how sustainable their wealth is. The rich person might only have their money for a short period.
Mm-hmm.
The wealthy person has amassed enough assets that they no longer have to worry about money.
Okay, so they're beyond rich. So wealthy is better then, according to that. And so they did this study and they asked people, what kind of money do you need to be wealthy in different cities? And what's wild is how different it is across these cities. When they asked people in San Francisco, what amount of money does it take for somebody to be wealthy? On average, they said $4.7 million. If you did this in a small, tiny town, you might go to Macon, Georgia, and somebody would be like, they got $1 million? They're rich. They're wealthy. They might think that much money because it goes so much further. San Francisco, you're buying a trap house for $1 million.
Yeah.
You're not going to get something super fancy. In L.A., they say $3.5 million makes you wealthy. In New York City, it's $3.3 million. And our friends in Dallas, 2.3 mil makes you wealthy over there.
Not bad.
And wealthy, way better than rich, apparently. We're going to hear from you. We want to see what you have to say. So send us your dispatches and check in with the show. Let's go to our friend Mo Manji, the realtor, who says hello from Toronto.
Hello.
Hey, guys. I hope you guys are doing well. Just got to Toronto. Brought some news junkie magnets with me, so I'm going to place them all over downtown Toronto.
There you go.
If any fans are around, they're going to be all over the place in downtown Toronto to look for them. Right?
Here's the problem. I saved Canada one time, right? And I did some interviews about it.
And now you just keep trashing them.
And now I've been, as of late, trashing the entire country of Canada. And
not nice.
Saying that they shouldn't be in our hockey leagues and that, what is Canada
They would
do?
argue that we shouldn't be in their hockey leagues.
Probably, and they probably have a decent case in it. But I've been very anti-Canadian as of late. And I try to back off on that. But so far, I'm in pretty deep. And if you're willing to dispatch and show me a little bit of grace and say that you'll forgive me, if you forgive me first, then I'll apologize.
As it should be.
Yeah, it's the other way around.
Apologies with conditional clauses.
Of course. Those are the best apologies. Here's the Big Show chiming in.
News junkies, your man Big Show here.
Hey.
Sean, never heard of Savannah Bananas? Never heard of the Banana Ball?
We've heard of the Savannah Bananas.
I've heard of the team, but
I think it's on Netflix or maybe Hulu. But watch the documentary. It explains a lot on why the Savannah Bananas are so big. They're selling out everywhere they go.
Yeah.
Wiggle, wiggle, pop, pop.
So I've heard of the team, as C-Lane said, the Savannah Bananas, but I'd never heard of what Fritz was explaining to us, Banana Ball, until Austin sent me the link to a live stream. And there's a bunch of people watching this, and I said, this is wild.
They do choreographed dance moves on the mound too before each pitch, and the umpire will also start dancing. The only rule is that when you get into the batter's box, you can't step out because they do choreographed things.
Oh, really?
And this is great. At any time when you're walking up to home plate, You can steal first.
Oh, you just run? Oh, man. It's like WWE mixed with baseball or something. They've maximized the fun in this league.
Absolutely.
I do like that. Let's go over to G7, talking about something we brought up yesterday, where I said the entire internet was screaming about a photo of a JanSport backpack for $59.99, saying, what is going on? Why is everything so expensive? And I said, things are expensive, yes, and they're more expensive than they should be. But JanSport backpacks are not crazily priced at $59.99. No. These things have a lifetime warranty. They've always been more expensive because they're well-made and they're good products, and you pay more for that. If you want to show that stuff is priced wrong, that's a stupid example, and here's G7.
I had to beg my mom to buy me a $60 JanSport back in 2005. I still got the thing.
Yeah, brother.
What happened to inflation?
You could keep those things forever and a day, man. And then if they break, then you just send that son of a bitch in, and they send you one right back. Here's Big Bird chiming in.
Yeah, word to the wise. If you're gonna go get something tied, don't use a slip knot. You hear me?
I don't think that's what they use. I don't even know. Do they actually physically tie something?
I don't believe so.
I don't think that.
I thought they suture it or sear it together.
Yeah,
they cauterize.
Yeah, because there's going to be no doctor that goes in somewhere and goes, all right, we'll tie this together.
Sear sounds a little too culinary. I like Fritz's word better.
It sounds like part of a menu item at a fancy French restaurant, but instead, no.
Just a little flambe with a flamethrower.
There is some controversy about the new Flash movie, The Flash, and it has nothing to do with the fact that the guy who's the star of it is nutso. It's more about something that they do in the movie. And I'm going to guess that they probably had to get permission for this. But they said there's a scene where they show a bunch of the older characters like Christopher Reeve in the film. And it's all done with AI. Mm-hmm. And they said the Flash's surprise cameo represents everything bad about superhero movies in 2023. They have creepy CGI recreations of dead actors in this, and it has Christopher Reeve standing up, something that he did not do much after being paralyzed in 1995. And they talked about, what they did with all these different people who they resurrected in this movie. But I don't know if you could just do that. I think that they would probably have to get permission from like Christopher Reeve's estate or something. To
I would
use his
assume,
image.
yeah. I mean, there's been a lot of ethical questions about some of the way they use CGI. Obviously, for people who are still alive, it's a lot easier to cut through that red tape. Mm-hmm. In some of the newer Star Wars series, they have used Mark Hamill, but they've de-aged him.
Yeah.
They did the same thing in what's the religious family HBO show? Righteous Gemstones.
Yes,
and they de-aged John Goodman.
Yeah, it's pretty good too.
It was the technology is great, but some of the things that actors and actresses have been a little uneasy about is when they go, you know what, we don't think we got enough out of them for that performance. And this is a pretty emotional moment, so they would CGI a tear coming down their face, and the actors get pissed. They're like, I didn't cry.
Right.
That wasn't what I gave you.
Yeah.
What right do you have to change my work here?
There's a lot of arguments over that. What do you think? Let us know. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch right now. Fair point from Sour Patch Pete on Twitch. He says, when he was Superman, he wasn't in a wheelchair. So if they're going to show him as Superman, they're not going to show Christopher Reeves in a wheelchair rolling around. It doesn't make any sense to do that.
Right.
They were going to show him how he was when he was in the film. It's just interesting that they could pull this stuff off. I had heard, I don't know if this is true, but I had heard that before his passing, that they took, what's his name? Who's the head Marvel guy who died?
Head Marvel guy who died.
Stan Lee. They took Stan Lee and they had him do so much acting and recording that they could feature him in all the Marvel movies for years and years and years after he died. You know how he made a little cameo?
Yeah, he does cameos in all their properties.
He might be a window washer or something. It'll be a simple scene. And
or they do more subtle stuff now where like he'll be a statue.
Yeah,
or something.
But they continue to work him in some way in all of those movies, even though he's now passed away. He's still part of the thing that he helped create.
You know what's crazy too? He remains the most successful actor of all time because he's been in like 80 movies, and those movies combined have grossed like $8 trillion.
Because he's in all the Marvel movies, because all the money. Oh, that's crazy, man.
And wouldn't you hate to be number 2 on that list? Like, he's not an actor.
This doesn't count. All right, when we come back, there is something that's going to make your internet more expensive, unfortunately. What is it? It's kind of complicated, but I'll explain and make it simple for you. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is Real Music Weekends. Music Weekends, this weekend on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by attorney Mo DeWitt. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro with a look at your Central Florida forecast. Afternoon highs today reaching the low 90s with feels-like temperatures in the triple digits. It is going to be breezy, though. By this afternoon, we'll be seeing sustained winds out of the west-southwest at 15 to 20 miles per hour, but gusts as high as 25. Later this evening, mainly after 2-3 o'clock, the chance for some scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms. Make sure you're staying weather aware. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro.
This report is sponsored by Tri-County Metals. Not sure which metal roofing panel is best for your project? Try Tri-County Metals' free panel selector tool on their website at tricountymetals.com. It will help you make your decision, and it's free and easy at tricountymetals.com.
If you're a pro painter, do you know how much you're paying per gallon for paint? Paint stores try to convince you that you're getting a good deal with deep discounts. But what they don't tell you is their starting price is too high to begin with. If you buy paint from the Home Depot, you're getting the lowest price per gallon on Behr paint, guaranteed. We offer everyday low prices on every gallon of top-rated Behr paints, stains, and primers. Plus, pros earn discounts through our Pro Extra Paint Rewards program. That's the value of the Home Depot. How doers get more done. U.S. only. See store for details.
I'm Mark Anajar. I'm Glenn Levine.
I'm Ellie Anajar.
And we're Anajar and Levine. Experience the Anajar and Levine difference by calling us with any of your legal needs. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
In Office Orlando.
Hey, you want to get a Big Green Egg? The best place to go by far is Wassie's Meat Market. They will deliver and set up the Big Green Egg for you, and they make it so easy. Follow them on Instagram. It's Wassie's Meat Market, or just go to their website, wassiesmeatmarket.com, to get your Big Green Egg today.
SimpliSafe was named Best Home Security of 2023 by U.S. News and World Report. But we don't do what we do for the accolades. We do it to protect you and everything you love. Our advanced sensors, indoor and outdoor HD cameras, and hazard detectors are powered by live 24/7 professional monitoring, so you get emergency help fast. Get 20% off any new system with Fast Protect monitoring at simplisafe.com/radio. There's no safe like SimpliSafe.
Do you struggle with occasional nerve aches in your hands or feet? Try Nervive Nerve Relief from the world's #1 nerve care company. Nervive tablets contain alpha-lipoic acid to relieve nerve aches, weakness, and discomfort, plus B-complex vitamins to support healthy nerve function as you age. Live life with less nerve discomfort with Nervive Nerve Relief. Learn more at nervivehealth.com. And try Nervive Pain Relieving Cream to block nerve pain signals at the source. Use as directed.
And Guldo shoots, scores!
Orlando City's next match is on the road as the Lions travel north to take on the New England Revolution on Saturday, June 17th at 7:30 p.m. Tune in on FM 96.9 The Game and watch on any device on the Apple TV app. Or join your fellow City fans at Wolfhound Irish Pub in Claremont for the official Orlando City Watch Party presented by Heineken Silver.
Hello, Floridians. Today is a good day to do great things. Yes! Like finally getting your closet organized. Or fixing your water heater so you can enjoy warm, steamy showers. Oh, yeah! Do something great today by calling Plumbing Today to take care of all your plumbing needs. Right now, get our 93 free drain clearing and get the best from today.
Call today, Plumbing Today, plumbingtoday.biz.
Visit plumbingtoday.biz to book an appointment.
Hey,
Hey shoppers, this is your local farmer letting you know that Florida watermelon is in season and available in the produce section right now. Whoa! Hey, careful now. There's plenty of juicy watermelon and other tasty Florida-grown produce for everyone. I mean, all you have to do is ask for Fresh from Florida or look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo while you shop. We're going to need a lot more help at checkout.
Take control of your health and your wallet at healthfinder.fl.gov, your one-stop shop to compare medical facilities in your area. From copays to x-rays, asthma treatment, and ultrasounds, healthfinder.fl.gov gives you a straight answer on cost and lets you compare against providers. Choose wisely. Live healthy at healthfinder.fl.gov. Paid for by the Agency for Healthcare Administration.
Second half of the year looking busier than the first? Hire with Indeed. Their powerful platform makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates in one place. Sponsor a job and immediately get a short list of quality candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Summer's heating things up, outside and on the grill. Whether you're smoking a brisket or grilling up veggies, Kingsford Original Charcoal delivers the consistent performance and smoky wood-fired flavor barbecuers crave. Kingsford Original lights faster and has a long burn time, giving you the ultimate grilling experience. So grab a bag of Kingsford Original Charcoal. Kingsford.com. Kingsford Original Charcoal lights faster and delivers consistent performance compared to nationally available charcoal in the USA.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch? Every day, from lunch to late night. Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Now open in Daytona.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go. Shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have Afib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Jeff Martin Auctioneers presents the Kissimmee Construction and Transportation Live Auction on June 22nd, featuring heavy construction equipment, trucks, trailers, and more. Bid your way live on-site or online at jeffmartinauctioneers.com. Experience the difference. License AU 4483.
This earful of Rail Radio is sponsored by RC Hill Mitsubishi, Highway 1792 in DeLand.
We're in it for the likes. Real Radio 1041 on Facebook is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
Bad idea.
Good idea or a bad idea?
Yeah, as the song goes, C-Lane. There is a new plan from the Biden administration. And when I saw this, I go, oh, you know, I'm no economist, but, right? Like, I see this and I go, I'm no economist, but I can see what might happen here after this goes down. And this was this thing from the Biden administration that's called Online for All, that virtually nobody talked about this week. But it could be kind of a big deal for some of you, I guess. They said President Joe Biden's administration is kicking off visits across the United States as part of a digital equity campaign. There's that word again. Aimed at increasing enrollment in the Affordable Connectivity Program, which offers eligible households a monthly discount on internet bills. So here's what they say this does. For eligible households, and I don't know what the eligibility requirements are, but for eligible households, the program offers a $30 monthly discount for internet bills, as well as a one-time discount of up to $100 on a laptop, a computer, or a tablet. And the vice president, Kamala Harris, said, because many of these folks have plans that cost $30 or less every month, today millions of Americans get their high-speed internet absolutely free. First question. Can you get high-speed internet for $30 a month? Who's got that plan? Mine is a lot more expensive than I have fiber though, so it's more expensive.
I have 2 internets right now.
Got doubled up on the internet.
Mostly because I have not sent back the one that I was trying out. But that one is $50 a month,
and that's like an introductory rate too. I bet
No, it actually wasn't.
They didn't say after 2 years or something.
They're going with this rate will never change.
Oh wow, that's good.
Kind of the marketing campaign, but I have not seen any $30 internets.
No,
now, I know that in places where AT&T fiber is available, that there is a lesser plan you can get,
like a baby fiber.
You pay the most for gigabit internet. But if you want like a hundo,
you want just a fraction of that.
You want a hunch megabytes per second.
You want a slice of that fiber.
Then you can drive down the rate.
Yeah, they said most people who are going to get this are getting internet for $30 a month, and I thought that sounds real cheap.
Sign me up for the $30 internet if it's going to be worthwhile.
Yeah, if it's good, if it's like stable and good, I'll go for it.
I want to take back my wealthy answer. I think that's the definition of wealthy. How many lines of internet do you have? Do you have like 4 modem boxes?
Sealand's got 2.
A router here, router there.
He's double up over there, but one's going back, it sounds like.
Also, a number of refrigerators.
For this thing, they said eligible households, the program offers up to $30 a monthly discount, and then they said most people have $30 or less internet each month. Millions of Americans are going to get their high-speed internet absolutely free. They said more than 18.5 million households have enrolled in the program since it came into effect as part of the bipartisan infrastructure law passed in November 2021. And what they want to do is get more people online. Now, don't get me wrong. I think that if we have everybody online, everybody has an internet connection, and even if you give people discounts who are poor, I'm talking about people below the poverty line get discounts on device or the one device or something. I think that's good. I think because I believe that virtually anybody, given the endless information on the internet, can learn something, can make themselves valuable, can make themselves employable, can come up with business ideas, create their own business. I think that that's freedom right there, and I think that that's awesome. But I also look at the giant corporations who are providing most of this internet access for $30, somebody says, and up, I'm sure. But I look at that and I go, do you want to know how to make everybody's internet $30 more expensive? You offer a program where people could get $30 free for their internet each month. And then the company goes, well, if they're going to pay that much, we think we could squeeze some more out of these poros. And they go, let's make it, we'll make it $40. So they only have to pay $10, or the government can pay another $10, and they'll just raise that money up until they get where they want to get. Because it's not like there's such a thing as the United States government internet. We don't have a federal internet that everybody can tap into, which could be a free one.
Probably for the better.
Yeah, we would be watching it. They'd be spying on it. But
they're already doing that, Sean.
To me, this is how you make your internet $30 more expensive for everybody out there. They say they're going to spread the wealth to these folks who just need some internet access. What do you think? Let us know. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and hit record on your dispatch now. Flats Fisherman on YouTube says, I pay $120 per month for high speed with Starlink because that's like the space internet stuff. And that is pricey for sure.
Maybe they're an astronaut.
Mine was like $99 for the first year. And for the first year, I was like, this is cheap for fiber, baby. And then all of a sudden they went, and they like started piling on the extra fees and stuff. I think it might be $200 a month now, if not more than that. Yeah, I think it's ridiculous.
Serious?
I think they've jacked it up a bit. Meanwhile, in the state of Florida, things are getting sexy, friends. There's a woman who finds herself...
About damn time, Sean.
This woman finds herself in trouble, Fritz. Her name's Giselle Robinson, and she's 36 years old. She was arrested this week because she was walking around naked with only a towel wrapped around her.
Giselle.
And Giselle's going around the neighborhood, going up to teenagers and stuff, and she's opening up her towel and flashing these people.
She's trying to become Mrs. Robinson.
I think she might be fishing out there. According to an arrest affidavit, officers were called to a Dollar General after 2 children saw a woman naked in the parking lot. Officers said the children were under the age of 16.
Oh, okay. So she's going to be slapped with a felony and a sexual predator charge?
It could be, yeah. I think it says down here. But the children said Robinson walked over to the car they were in from a nearby Circle K to ask them if they had a lighter. When the kids asked why she didn't have clothes on, Robinson said she was too lazy to put clothes on. As if that is a giant inconvenience. When one of the kids began recording her on her cell phone, Robinson dropped her towel, exposing her naked body, the affidavit said. She said this was normal to her, and she was just too lazy to put any clothes on.
I've never heard of this happening, but they said the police went inside the Dollar General to ask if they would donate some clothes for her to wear.
Oh, really? They get a
First
outfit?
of all, they have clothes at Dollar General?
Like weird leftover shirts and stuff, probably, you know? Like
Would they have done that to a dude? If it was you?
I think that they would probably just haul my ass to jail. If they found me out there flashing kids in the parking lot.
Hell yes,
they'd just get rid of me, and maybe they should. Let's go over. No, not now. But if I do that, and I'm not going to do that. I'm getting myself in trouble here.
Yep.
All right, I'm going to wait for you instead. I'm going to wait for you. You can join us with a dispatch and send yours right now, whether on your phone, your laptop, your desktop computer. It's all very easy to do, and you can do it right now at thenewsjunkie.com. Okay, let's go to Guitar Slinger. Let's see what's happening here.
Okay, so for an anti-Canadian joke, what do you call a Canadian without a girlfriend?
Oh, good God. Anybody have a guess?
Canadian
without a girlfriend.
Canadian without a girlfriend.
Orphan? Is that what is going to say? Orphan? Like they date their relatives or something because there's not enough people in Canada?
Nah.
That would be something for like people in Alabama.
Yeah, West Virginia.
Yeah, West Virginia always gets it. Poor West Virginians. Yeah. Let's see what he says.
A no-nook Canuck.
Oh, worse than I thought.
Yeah.
Worse
I mean, it rhymed.
Worse than anticipated. Here's Dan with the dispatch.
Dan.
Hey, News Junkies.
Hey.
Hi, Dan. Miss you, Sabrina. C-Lane, Sean, always great to hear you.
Hello.
Fritz, my man.
What up, brah?
Glad to have you in studio.
Thank you.
Hey, talking about hitting birds and stuff, I know you couldn't have guessed it, but by my name, I am a plumber, and I have a big pipe rack.
All right.
And I'm driving down 528, I believe it was, and out of nowhere, one of those white sail-looking birds swooped down in front of the grate on my pipe rack and completely got smushed flattened and sprayed all those guts and bloods all over my windshield. And I had to pull over and start throwing up because it was completely disgusting.
That's awful.
And I couldn't see anything out of my windshield. It kind of looked like when you go in one of those automated car washes and they throw all that colorful soap all over your windshield.
All right, enough.
Yeah. Anyways, my hitting a bird story.
No, please be more descriptive, sir.
Also, if you're eating lunch right now, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's not pleasant to hear. But thanks anyways, Dan. We appreciate you. You're next. Send us a dispatch. Plus, when we come back, something that adults have taken to doing, which seems really, really stupid. But maybe you do this? We'll find out. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
From Hummers to EVs and everything in between. It's been 3 decades of Real Radio 104.1. Thanks for riding with us over 30 years.
Travel with caution and expect delays. Authorities are clearing up an accident on I-4 westbound before mile marker 96. The right lane is blocked. Authorities are clearing up an accident on John Young Parkway heading southbound at Osceola Parkway. 2 left lanes are blocked. You can expect bumper-to-bumper traffic on I-4 eastbound between US 27 and after Osceola Polk Line Road. See traffic troubles? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Fresh from Florida.
Hey shoppers, this is your local farmer letting you know that Florida watermelon is in season right now. Look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo while you shop. We're going to need a lot more help at checkout.
From the Florida Department of Agriculture.
Don't miss the boat, my friends. Compare your quote today. That mortgage guy, Don, president of Happy Home Mortgage Brokerage and host of the Home Loans Radio Show, he is here for you. He has over 250 5-star Google reviews and 1,100 reviews at experience.com. So I think it's very safe to say that Don knows what he's doing. And I can say with full confidence that Don is looking out for you. He has your best interest in mind. He's going to treat you like a friend and not like a number like the other mortgage companies. See, chances are very high that you're leaving money on the table, so get the money off the table and back in your hands where it belongs. Get a free fast quote review at thatmortgageguyDon.com. Hit the compare button, and Don's going to review your quote today. That mortgage guy, Don, he's a mortgage broker, not a corner bank or retail lender, and that means he has direct access to wholesale lenders that consumers do not. If you want to see the difference, go to the website right now. Chock full of information for you, very easy to navigate through, and direct access to the man himself. Plain and simple. No spam, no hassle, just peace of mind. Check it out now. ThatmortgageguyDon.com.
For more information about contests on this station, go to realradio.fm/rules.
I'm back! And look at all the fresh from Florida produce I brought home. You have heard of fresh from Florida, right?
Fresh I have.
That's refreshing to hear.
Fresh from Florida produce is fresh as fresh can get.
And if we're going to freshen up daily meals, it's refreshing to know that locally grown fresh from Florida produce is available year-round.
Well, that's a breath of fresh air. Got anything else?
I'm fresh out.
Look for Fresh from Florida where you shop. Learn more at followfreshfromflorida.com.
If you're a Dunkin' Rewards member, you can get a $3 medium Dunkin' refresher every day all month long. Not a member? Join on the app. Limit 1 per member per day. Additional charges and terms may apply. Exclusions may apply. Participation may vary. Limited time offer.
The roar of the crowd. Thousands singing as one. Live music delivers happiness. This summer, Yellowtail and Iheartradio are teaming up to create exciting moments with Happiness Live. Access to a lineup of amazing music events that bring the joy of live experiences to fans across the country. And live events pair perfectly with the refreshing taste of Yellowtail wines. Find out how you could win the chance to attend an incredible concert event by visiting a retailer near you or at iHeartRadio.com/yellowtailwine.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here. You know, everybody knows your eyes are the window to your world. That's why I would never consider a discount surgical center for LASIK vision correction. And certainly one of the many reasons I turned my son and my father-in-law onto the team over at the Filatowski Eye Institute, a recognized leader in vision correction surgery. See the world more clearly. Schedule your consultation today at the Filatowski Eye Institute by texting 1041 to 868686. The Filatowski Eye Institute, the smart choice and the only choice for LASIK vision correction.
The new Smokin' Triple Stack at Firehouse Subs is stacked high with honey ham, smoked turkey, and slow-smoked beef brisket. To top it off, a portion of every purchase helps provide life-saving equipment to first responders. The Smokin' Triple Stack Sub. Get it for a limited time, only at Firehouse Subs. Participating U.S. locations, Firehouse of America, LLC, and Firehouse Subs suppliers together will donate 0.09% of purchases in 2023 at Firehouse Subs locations to the Firehouse Subs Public Safety Foundation for the purchase of life-saving equipment with a minimum donation of $1 million.
This Saturday and Sunday only at Old Navy, get 60% off shorts for the whole family. That's 60% off summer's must-have shorts. But hurry, it's this weekend only at Old Navy. Valid 6/17 and 18, select styles only.
Here at the Almond Joy Factory, where tropical vibes abound, we use soft, fresh-tasting coconut.
The crunchiest almonds and delicious chocolate candy.
Ah, but do you know what our most important ingredient is? Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Sometimes you don't.
Almond Joy's got nuts and something even way better than that. Yes, Almond Joy is made with almonds and joy.
SimpliSafe was named Best Home Security of 2023 by U.S. News and World Report. But we don't do what we do for the accolades. We do it to protect you and everything you love. Our advanced sensors, indoor and outdoor HD cameras, and hazard detectors are powered by live 24/7 professional monitoring, so you get emergency help fast. Get 20% off any new system with Fast Protect monitoring at simplisafe.com/radio. There's no safe like SimpliSafe.
At Fifth Third Bank, we give you free checking, never have hidden fees, and help protect your identity.
Oh, really?
Yep. See, our name equals 166.7%. So we put in that much effort.
Well, my name's Jim, so I guess I'm headed to the gym. And I'm gonna put in 166.7% effort too.
Oh, I'm proud of you.
No one's ever been proud of me.
This is banking a Fifth Third better. Fifth Third Bank, National Association member FDIC.
Just come out, just come out. The man when you're in trouble, car accidents, slips and falls, he's the only one that you should call. Just come out when you're injured on the go.
Orlando
and to attorney Mo DeWitt, sung by a non-attorney spokesperson.
Take life by the chip and dip it with 2 for $20 every Friday and Saturday at Tijuana Flats. Choose 2 full-size entrees, an appetizer, and 2 drinks for just $20. Smack my and call me Sally. 2 for $20 every Friday and Saturday. Only at Tijuana Flats.
Best price the first time. OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Find out at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free Iheartradio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Person for right now. I love this guy.
You're welcome, Sean.
Not you, Fritz. You're second. You're second. I'm sorry. And right now, you're second.
Set yourself up for failure there, Fritz.
Behind this. Shut up. Now I feel bad. Behind this guy, because I'm just enthralled with this dude at the moment. And his name is Richard Montañez or Montañez. And this is the guy.
Oh, yeah, I saw the movie.
He's in the movie right now. You already watched it?
Yeah.
Okay. He's in this movie that just came out called Flamin' Hot. And it's about his life story, which he says he invented Flamin' Hot Cheetos. Like, essentially, he says he was a janitor at Frito-Lay or whatever the company is.
Yeah.
And that he worked his way up, and then he was the one who invented Flamin' Hot in the Flamin' Hot brand. And then it just went wildly successful. Mm-hmm. And so everybody's watching this movie. They just screened this movie at the White House. Fritz just watched this movie.
Eva Longoria directed it.
Yeah, she was her directorial debut on this film. And it's kind of an interesting story, right? But I love this because this guy has been telling this story forever and ever and ever and ever. And finally, the Los Angeles Times, like a month or so ago, like a week ago, put out this story. And they said, hey, we were just checking out this movie and we wanted to do a little bit of research on it. And it turns out this guy totally didn't invent Flamin' Hot Cheetos.
No.
This guy totally didn't invent it at all.
There's multiple errors to his story.
Yeah, they looked into this and they interviewed everybody at the company. And they all said, like, he's a nice guy and stuff, but he wasn't even here at the company when we invented Flamin' Hot Cheetos. And they're like, this guy didn't have anything to do with it. He was an executive at one point, and he was successful, especially in connecting them to the Latin American community.
Yeah.
And he did some good stuff. But the guy had nothing to do with the Flaming Hot Cheetos, and he's just like, I'm going to make that my story.
And like how it's done is interesting, too, because he will start saying something, and then it stops, and he's like, that's how I recall. Maybe it didn't happen that way.
This guy's like, I'm just going to make this my story.
Yeah.
You know, my story sounds a lot more exciting if I invented Flamin' Hot Cheetos. And he almost reminds me of the Santos guy, the politician who just had a new thing every week where it was more and more ridiculous. But this guy, I mean, good for him. He's made a lot off of this. He's been very, very successful. But it says for the last decade, this is for the LA Times, Richard Montañez has been telling the story of how he invented Flamin' Hot Cheetos. The world has been eating it up. It goes like this. He was working as a janitor at Frito-Lay's Rancho Cucamonga plant when he dreamed up a chili-covered Cheeto and believed in himself enough to call up the chief executive to pitch his spicy idea. Corporate backstabbers tried to sabotage Montañez for stepping out of line, but he out-hustled them, driven by the hunger to succeed. Flamin' Hots became a runaway hit, and Montañez rose through the ranks and became an icon. And they said it's obvious why this story is taken off, but then they go into saying this is not how it happened at all. And they interviewed in this long piece everybody involved with this process, from the people who were there at the first pitch meeting, he wasn't working at the company then, to all the way through fruition.
I think people want to believe this story because he picked a very not only popular item to have invented, but also just like random. Like,
yes, it's just obscure enough.
Yeah.
Like if C-Lane said to me, you know, I invented the design for the handles on Tesla doors. I'd be like, I don't know enough about that to know if you're telling me the truth or not. And it's so obscure, I'm going to just assume that you're telling me the truth about inventing it.
Yeah, I think the main part about it was that although they had developed it in the Midwest, because they talk about that in the film too, they were developing it in tandem.
Mhm.
He was the one who was like, you have to take it to the Hispanic market.
Right, yeah.
And that it was kind of dead because it was a crazy product. And then he was like, well, we love spicy stuff. And that's what kept it alive.
Yeah, that was his involvement in it. Afterwards, because they showed footage of them test trialing it in all these different markets, and it was years and years before the guy was ever there.
It was like 92.
Yeah, and then, so he basically said, and I think to Celine's point, we love the story as Americans of anybody who is just like a janitor that like took over or like got huge success. You know, you came from like an entry level job. Like if you are the CEO of McDonald's and you started on the line making burgers, we Americans love that kind of story.
Rags to riches.
Rags to riches. You know why? Because it makes them feel like they can go from rags to riches, and it makes it seem like
Still
it's
just
impossible.
swimming in rags here, guys.
Just rags everywhere. Not a rich in sight, friends. Okay, we're gonna hear from you. Go to your dispatches in just a moment. But this is ridiculous in so many ways. This was in the New York Times today. And they said there's a new thing that's exploding in popularity for adults. Seems to me to be a very kid-related thing. But adults are discovering that jumping in bouncy houses isn't the same when you're older and less nimble. But the new night out includes going to an adult bouncy house. And they go through this whole thing about these people who have been going to Extreme Craze and Big Bounce and all of these other places that are now bounce houses that are made for adults. I still never been in a bounce house ever in my life.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm not going as an adult, by the way, because
I
I'll
don't
come
think
out
you
of that. I'll be coming out of that
I don't
thing
think you
broken. I'll be bruised, black eyes, all this stuff.
I don't think they would let me in a bounce
Yeah,
house.
they just probably both of us. They stop us right at the gate. Fritz might be able to squeak in. He might be able-
maybe.
He might be able to get in there, but not us. They said the new night out is adults-only bounce houses, which is the dumbest thing I've heard in quite some time. But this part does sound fun. They said these friends were hanging out, and they downed shots at On the Border Mexican Grill and Cantina, and then they headed to a place for adults-only bounce houses. So you like get hammered, you have a bunch of shots.
I could stop at the shots part and just have a perfectly fine evening, but I don't want to go on a bounce house.
No, and they're huge too. It says the trio jumped in a 16,000 square foot bounce house.
Oh my God.
Scaled inflatable walls and hurtled down bouncy slides at an event run by Big Bounce America.
The closest thing I've done to doing kid stuff after a night of imbibing would be hitting up the old playground at the public park.
Right.
And doing some swings.
Yeah, that's doable.
It's a good time.
That I can do. But you want to get me in this bouncy house, I am coming out with a broken arm at the very least. Let's check in with a couple of you and see what's going on out there. Some dispatches, and that's the way you join us on the show. Go record yours now at thenewsjunkie.com. Here is Invisible Man.
Hello, News Junkie.
Hello, where are you?
I hit a bird one time on my motorcycle. It was a white dove.
Damn.
And there was no blood, but there was white feathers went everywhere. Boom.
Yeah, you don't want that.
Boom.
You don't want that Fabio situation, which is just not pleasant to deal with. Andrew sends in a photo dispatch, and he says he got that virtual mailbox money. He said, thank you. It says that this was a case we talked about. We always talk about these cases where it's a class action suit.
Look at you, $67.
Yeah, if you just fill it out, you get some mailbox money. We said you'll forget about it, and then a while later you'll learn that you got something. And they said, thank you for choosing a $67.59 virtual MasterCard for this settlement case. And they send you the money, just like they sent you the virtual credit card, I think, C-Lane.
Yeah, I actually have. Oh, man, that guy got like double what I got.
This is the same lawsuit?
I have lithium-ion batteries.
Oh, man.
Digital payment is coming soon.
He bested you.
But I got $37 coming my way.
That's still not bad. Here's Richard.
Should've claimed more batteries.
Richard Thunder is going to join us. Hello? Richard?
Man, you had a problem with your app. It always is trying to connect to my Bluetooth.
Get rid of that. Yeah, so let's... I should have known he was going to go south just by like the sound of his voice in that dispatch.
He sounded like a cursor.
I was like, this one is going to go down a bad path right now. Yes, sir. Sorry about that. Sorry about your experience with the Bluetooth and in the apartment setup. But he was chiming in on something we talked about yesterday, where this apartment complex fined one of the people who was renting there. I think it was it $400? I think
$2 or $4.
$200 or $400 for they had a guest at the house, Fritz, and the guest had a dog.
I was thinking of a different fine. I was thinking of the guy that whose dispatch we played twice, and it's because they had their tag was expired. They didn't have the sticker on.
Yeah, I think the other one was $400.
Yeah, it was $400 for the pet.
Yeah, and the person was
not a pet, service dog.
Was bringing their service dog over to visit them, and they needed the service dog because they had some health problems. It wasn't just like some stupid emotional support animal or whatever.
It was a dog that detects seizures.
Yeah, so it like served a purpose. And this person visited this apartment, and the woman who owns the apartment, because that person visited with a dog, got fined $400. And they're just really, really getting worse and worse with these penalties that they put on the folks who are just trying to rent apartments and get by. Real quick, let's go to this story. Celine, I think you might have brought this up yesterday. I feel like I remember you bringing this up.
Is it the teacher?
No, the Harvard morgue thing.
Yeah. Well, not the teacher. Yeah, the Harvard, the morgue person that's selling body parts.
Yeah, this is the weirdest thing. And this is totally true. I swear to you. They say in a case that could have been written by R.L. Stein, the ex-manager of a Harvard Medical School morgue, his wife, and 3 others have been charged for allegedly trafficking human body parts that were donated to the school for research purposes. So you say, I'm going to donate my body to science.
Right.
I've said I would be willing to do this. And they say, cool, we're going to take your body apart and sell it for profits.
I wouldn't care.
And we're going to get all your body parts
I mean,
out
like,
there.
if I donated my body for science, which, I think would be a noble thing to do, a cool thing to do, then there might be some parts of me they want to check out.
Yeah.
But if afterwards or even before, some guy was like, let's take this brain and sell it to some other guy. I'm like, all right, cool.
I'm dead anyways. What do I care about all this?
I like that's just some other guy. He doesn't even care who.
They said Lodge sometimes let people come in and pick their desired remains in person, so you could like shop the remains that they had at this place, this Harvard morgue. Otherwise, he would take his work home with him and mail the body parts to buyers in exchange for a few $100 or $1,000 apiece. One defendant made 39 payments totaling almost $40,000 over nearly 3 years to a PayPal account in Denise Lodge's name. A master of discretion, the buyer captioned one payment, head number 7, and another, brains. They wrote on the payments for PayPal.
That was the reason I texted this story to myself, was the person that wrote brains.
Yeah, they actually like put all the I's in the BRAINS, and that's what they put on the memo.
And if you are doing something illegal on PayPal or Venmo, you do not put in the subject line what you're doing.
No, you can put heroin and put the money you send over to Johnny. You don't want to do that. That's a really, really bad idea. But I want to know, to everybody who's hanging out with us today, and Celine, I think I know where you're at on this, and I want to know where Fritz is. Would you, when you hear stories like this, keeping this in mind, would you donate your body to science? Would you do it, Celine? Or are you just saying if you did, you'd be okay if they were like screwing around with it and selling your brains?
Sure. I mean, I'm already an organ donor.
Me too.
So why not, donate the rest of them? Donate the ones that could be useful, and then, my liver and those other things, they'll go to science.
Courtney was an organ donor, and she wants to take it away. She wants to
That's cold-blooded.
on her offer to. She's like, I'm just not comfortable with it. And I'm like, well, if you're not comfortable with it, you shouldn't do that. Would you donate your body to science, Fritz?
Well, I mean, I've seen what they do to bodies that are donated, because, I mean, they'll check out anything, like under the skin. They'll remove parts of the body to try to put it back together.
Right.
So having done that, yeah, probably.
Yeah, see, I was thinking you would be
care.
yes. I was thinking you would not be very closely attached to your body. Everybody, I think, has this weird fear that for some reason after you die, you're going to be like trapped inside your body. And so that's why people are very particular about that stuff. I wouldn't care at all.
Well, I mean, why not go out with one like last couple of days of people like, yeah, they're checking me out.
Look at this. The most interesting way to die rather than just being in the ground if that was the situation you were facing. But what do you think? Would you donate your body to science? I want to hear from everybody. Christina said, I would have donated my body to science, but now I'm changing my mind. This is enough to turn her off of the idea. BCGM says, I'm also an organ donor, but I'm not going to get sold on the museum backroom meat market.
You never know.
Yeah, it's not your fight, man.
You could be the next brain.
All of a sudden, you're on the marketplace. So let us know. Would you donate your body to science? Send us a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com right now. When we return, we'll get to those responses, plus more dispatch. And somebody had something removed from their body, and you are not going to believe what it was. It's coming up next on The News Junkie.
Help us help you fight the bot wars on your feed.
Surrender peacefully. Resistance is futile.
Find us and like us. Real Radio 1041 on Facebook is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Travel with caution and expect delays. Authorities are clearing up an accident on I-4 westbound before mile marker 96. The right lane is blocked. Authorities are clearing up an accident on John Young Parkway heading southbound at Osceola Parkway. 2 left lanes are blocked. You can expect bumper-to-bumper traffic on I-4 eastbound between US 27 and after Osceola Polk Line Road. See traffic troubles? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Take 5 Oil Change. At Take 5, they're faster than you think. That means they'll change your oil and get you back on the road in less time than it takes to get over from the express lane to the exit ramp. Just sit back and relax while their fast, friendly team does all the work. Take 5, the stay-in-your-car 10-minute oil change.
Our Iheartradio Music Festival is coming back to Las Vegas, September 22nd and 23rd at T-Mobile Arena.
Streaming live only on Hulu.
Capital One cardholders can grab their tickets right now before anyone else. Only available while pre-sale tickets last or until today at 1 p.m. Eastern. Add a Capital One Access Pass to your pre-sale purchase to attend an exclusive private performance from Fall Out Boy. Only available during the cardholder pre-sale. Pre-sale tickets are limited and will go fast. So visit iHeartRadio.com/Capital One to buy now.
The roar of the crowd, thousands singing as one. Live music delivers happiness. This summer, Yellowtail and iHeartRadio are teaming up to create exciting moments with Happiness Live. Access to a lineup of amazing music events that bring the joy of live experiences to fans across the country. And live events pair perfectly with the refreshing taste of Yellowtail wines. Find out how you could win the chance to attend an incredible concert event by visiting a retailer near you or at iHeartRadio.com/Yellowtail-wine.
So, you finally have some time to yourself. Even if it is just the car ride home, it's you time. And look at you. Do not disturb set before you even got in the car? Impressive. You've earned this moment to just chill and drive. This break is brought to you by Target Zero and the Florida Department of Transportation.
I'm back, and look at all the fresh from Florida produce I brought home.
Fresh from Florida produce is fresh as fresh can get.
It's refreshing to know that locally grown fresh from Florida produce is available year-round.
Well, that's a breath of fresh air.
Look for Fresh from Florida where you shop.
Hi, welcome to the IKEA Midsummer Days. We're celebrating with fun in-store events for IKEA family members and lots of savings.
Oh, hi. I'm looking for extra chairs to host my pickleball team dinner.
We can help you save on that and more.
Great. And that flower crown looks amazing.
Come make your own in-store on June 23rd through 25th. Plus, buy tickets to the June 23rd Swedish Midsummer Buffet at your local store. Go to IKEA-USA.com/midsummer for more details. Offer valid 5/30 to 7/4. U.S. only while supplies last. Selection may vary by store and online. See store on IKEA-USA.com for complete terms. Restrictions apply.
I had a radio listener call me after an accident. The insurance company offered him $700. He hired me that day, and we were covered $100,000. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Potential clients may not obtain same or similar results. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
The new Smokin' Triple Stack at Firehouse Subs is stacked high with honey ham, smoked turkey, and slow-smoked beef brisket. To top it off, a portion of every purchase helps provide life-saving equipment to first responders. The Smokin' Triple Stack Sub. Get it for a limited time, only at Firehouse Subs. Participating U.S. locations. Firehouse of America, LLC, and Firehouse Subs suppliers together will donate 0.09% of purchases in 2023 at Firehouse Subs locations to the Firehouse Subs Public Safety Foundation for the purchase of life-saving equipment with a minimum donation of $1 million.
This Saturday and Sunday only at Old Navy, get 60% off shorts for the whole family. That's 60% off summer's must-have shorts. But hurry, it's this weekend only at Old Navy. Valid 6/17 and 18, select styles only.
FAS Windows and Doors is the company to use to make your house feel better and look better. You know what they can do? Get rid of those single-pane aluminum frame windows and get you double-insulated vinyl windows. That'll save you money, make your AC work less, make your house look better and feel better. And I tell you, man, they can do it for you fast. Their showroom, easy to find. Fairbanks and I-4. Slide in, pick out the windows that you love, have them installed by their pros, and your house will never, ever be the same. And they can even do that for you in the door as well. Book your consultation today easily at faswd.com.
My fellow Americans, RC Hill here from RC Hill Mitsubishi. I think it's high time we celebrate. To help you relieve stress and start having fun again. It's time to let freedom ride and break free from your old ride. And declare your independence in a nicer, newer car for just $7 down. Have you been feeling put down, fed up, or just plain tired? Then it's time to let freedom ride. So keep your cash and drive a new 23 Outlander for just $7 down. All RC Hill Mitsubishis include a lifetime limited warranty. Even if you've heard no in the past, America is a land of opportunity. And I believe everyone deserves to drive a nicer, newer car today. So kick your old ride to the curb and let freedom ride for just $7 down. But hurry, this celebration ends soon. I'm RC Hill, your car dealer next door. Get free at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
$7 down requires state approval. Negative equity may be refinanced. Example, stock number N12354. $7 down, $3.89 per month for 84 months, 3.9 APR.
At SimpliSafe, we design award-winning security to protect every inch of your home. It's easy to set up yourself, and now there's an even easier option. Have an expert do it for you with SimpliSafe Pro Install. Always protecting, never a contract. 2 easy installation options. Backed by 24/7 professional monitoring for less than $1 a day. Get 20% off any new system with Fast Protect monitoring at simplisafe.com/radio. There's no safe like SimpliSafe.
Hi, I'm Joel Osteen. I've learned that you'll never meet the right people unless you get rid of the wrong people. Life is too short to hang around people that are pulling you down, draining your energy, keeping you from your best. I have a podcast where I talk about choosing the right people, having great relationships, so you can become all you were created to be. It's inspiring and encouraging. I think you'll enjoy it. Listen to the Joel Osteen podcast on the Iheartradio app or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Buy a new Nissan today. Make no payments for 6 months. Only at Sutherland Nissan Orlando.
Carnival. Lots coming up on the show, including a potential check-in with Sabrina, who's out at Bonnaroo this weekend.
I don't know what they're doing to those guys out there this year. I never remembered having any mandatory media meetings.
She said there's like a serious meeting that everybody has to get involved in or something where maybe they're going to yell at them. I don't know, but lay down some ground rules for the media people. I don't know what they do, but we'll figure out. We'll talk to her a little bit later.
This is where they tell them they're not allowed to use their iPhones for their photo pass?
Right, yeah, that doesn't count. Also,
it happens.
Our friend Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm and friends going to be joining us in the studio in a little bit. There's many things coming up. I saw this. This must be one of the most annoying things about being Mr. Beast, the YouTuber who has tons and tons of followers and gets like hundreds of millions of views on his video. There's a couple of people right now in the middle of these campaigns to try to like find Mr. Beast or like get his attention or get him to reply to them. And one of them is this guy named Dino Favara, who said in this post, he said, just pick this beauty up and we're about an hour away from Greenville. The hunt is on for Mr. Beast, and he has like a cardboard cutout of himself, and he was trying to like track down Mr. Beast and find him. And Mr. Beast was the first response in the replies, and he said, "Go away! I don't want your stupid cutout. I'm tired of people harassing me." And the guy said, "Yes, sir. I've never been more happy with a rejection in my life." And there was another guy this very week who has been getting Mr. Beast, his logo, tattooed on his body, and he does it like every week until Mr. Beast acknowledges him. And,
wait, he has multiple Mr. Beast logos on his body.
Let me see. Or he wrote Mr. Beast. Let me bring this up. Mr. Beast tattoo.
How are humans this dumb?
It's weird. It's a weird attention grabbing thing. Here it is. This guy on TikTok now has 8 Mr. Beast tattoos, and each like week that goes by that Mr. Beast doesn't acknowledge him, he tattoos his name on him once again.
To get like money from him, or
get attention, or to get whatever.
Do we have any idea where on this man's body we're looking right now?
I think that's a thigh.
I can't tell. It's shaved for sure, right? Like it's been shaved away to get this tattoo on there. I just look at this. I go, first of all, total losers. And this isn't like the fun stuff. There was one where some guy was like eating a photograph or a picture of some celebrity every day until they acknowledged him. But it's really, really weird. Can you imagine being the human being who is behind all, like Mr. Beast, right? The person who's like the focus of all this. He's going, there's some guy who keeps getting my name tattooed all over his body until I acknowledge him. And I know it's easy to say, well, just acknowledge him or whatever. But then if you acknowledge him, then there's going to be some other guys like, I'm getting Mr. Beast tattooed on my forehead until you acknowledge me. And it just goes on and on and on. It opens up a can of worms. How weird, man. That is just really, really weird behavior.
I'm going to get Sean Wasson, the News Junkie, and the News Junkie logo tattooed on my thigh until you acknowledge me.
I acknowledge you right now, Fritz.
We acknowledge you.
Acknowledge you.
I really wanted that tattoo.
No need to do it.
What if we spent the rest of today ignoring the F out of Fritz? What if I just stared you directly in the eyes, Sean, and we just don't acknowledge Fritz so he gets that tattoo?
He says something.
Wouldn't be the first time C-Lane's ignored me for an entire day.
He says something.
You make me sound like some kind of monster. You're the only person who does it.
I love C-Lane.
He says something and we just cold-blooded ignore right past it.
Am I right? Not even am I right?
Not an am I right, not nothing. Just cold-blooded right past it. There is somebody who just found something in their body.
Oh, boy.
And that sounds weird, but I'll make it make sense. From CNN, and let me see if there's a visual of this for the folks who are watching the show, because I cannot believe this. Somebody had an issue, and their health was not doing so well, and they had a kidney stone, and they removed the kidney stone, and here it is right here. You can see it if you're watching us. I'll describe it for everybody else. The kidney stone is the size of a grapefruit.
It looks like a pomegranate.
It does. It's huge, this kidney stone. This was inside somebody's body. It was 5.2 inches long and 1.76 pounds that was inside this person's body. The kidney stone broke 2 world records when it was removed by Sri Lankan army doctors on June 1st.
So it wasn't passed?
No. I don't even know if could you really pass anything like that?
No.
That's so huge.
You think that thing's going to sail through your penis? Come on.
Imagine if it did. Oh, you're like, poof.
You would be destroyed downstairs.
Just completely fires out of you like a cannonball.
I've never heard him so disappointed.
I'll tell you what.
Just shatters the urinal right in front of you.
Yeah, it's like a brick.
I don't know the pain of having a kidney stone. Thank God. Knock on wood. Maybe. Hopefully, it never will. But I have.
Fritz knocked on the couch first.
That's probably wood, right?
Stoning it up, but I've had a friend who went through a phase where he was getting a lot of kidney stones, and he said it was just the worst. I mean, he would be doubled over in pain on his bathroom floor, crying.
Yeah,
and then he would send me pictures of the stone.
Oh my God!
He
came out.
He would put it next to a dime so I could tell how big it was.
Yeah,
and I think anybody who's been through that before sees this and probably is PTSDing pretty hard right now.
Oh my God, it's the size of a grapefruit, this thing. It's unbelievable. And they said
it's got like a caliper next to it.
Yeah, that the device they used to measure how long this was, because it was 5.2 inches long and 801 grams or 1.76 pounds, this kidney stone. And when they have something like this, obviously this is a surgical intervention, but isn't there another way to do it? Don't they like sometimes blast up the stones in there and like
break it apart so you can pass a bunch of tiny ones?
It's called lithography or something. It's,
Is it?
It's like a light laser.
Yeah, and they shoot it and it breaks up the stuff inside your body.
Mm-hmm.
It's wild that they can do that too. But God, I can't even imagine the pain. It's a lot of times back to your diet and the sodium intake that you have. And the prevalence of kidney stones is increasing. Knock harder on the wood over there. Gonna really knock on that wood. Make sure this takes. All right, before we go to you and your dispatches, C-Lane, you're a big fan of the show Jeopardy, and you watch it frequently. I don't know if you've been watching it as of late.
I don't know. I watched one of them the other day.
I saw that the producers, they had some podcasts that they went on, and one of the producers was like, we had a dud of a show. He said, this doesn't happen very often. He's like, I'm glad people didn't seem to notice it, and it's not going viral or anything. But he said every once in a while.
So I'll point attention to it right now.
So let me talk about it in this interview where I'm telling everybody. And the Jeopardy producer, let me see if I can bring this up real quick. They said producers are hoping at Jeopardy that everybody forgets one of the show's worst episodes ever. And they said the record for most triple stumpers, which is when all three Jeopardy contestants fail to guess, they just sit there silently.
That's what happened when you played that clip yesterday, where it was Our Father who art in heaven, blank be thy name.
Yeah.
And everybody, Fritz, what is it?
I don't know.
Our Father who art in heaven, blank be thy name. Hallowed is the answer.
Sean was just excited that he finally would get something like that.
Yeah.
When nobody else
they sat there. It's like, boop, boop, boop.
So that's a triple stumper.
Yeah, so the triple stumper record.
Wait, nobody guessed it, or all three of them got it wrong? I always forget.
It says when all three contestants fail to guess, that's what they call a triple stumper. The record for that was set in 2005 during the Ultimate Tournament of Champions. A recent episode got close to breaking it, however, on June 6th. They said the three contestants combined for 23 stumpers, something we never like to see. This is according to producer Sarah Foss. And she said, sometimes this happens, but they hate when they get in one of these situations. 23 times the question is asked, and nobody has an answer to it.
And this is Jeopardy?
And on Jeopardy. And the Jeopardy board.
An answer's given and nobody has a question for it.
Yeah, because that's how the game works. But I'm picturing the Jeopardy board in my head. How many squares are even on that?
I don't know. You just
30, I think, right? 6 times 5?
No, I don't have it here.
Or 6 times 6? 36?
Yes.
You had a video that had the board on.
No, I don't have it right now. I've lost it. Oh, it's over here. It's over here. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 by 5, 25 squares on this one right here. And that means that one entire board, they didn't get any of the damn questions. They didn't have any guesses even for them. They just sat there. And the producer, you're right, though. If the producer is so mortified by this, why are you talking about it? If you're happy that nobody knows,
because it's unique.
Yeah, they want something to check.
Did they air it or did they choose?
They aired it.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they still aired it.
That's painful
because they wanted to get the show out there and people were going to watch it regardless. But that's not the way it's supposed to go. Let's go over to you.
I think it would make me feel smarter if to watch that episode.
Yeah,
I'd be like nailing these questions, unless the questions were just that incredibly hard.
Well, here's one of them. Let's see.
Short, this band gets its name from Marlon Brando.
Let me bring it back right here.
ERMC for short, this band gets its name from Marlon Brando's biker gang in The Wild One.
No idea. I wouldn't know it either.
It's the Black Rebel Motorcycle Club.
Oh, yeah.
Christine, select again.
I know them.
Presidential line of succession for 800.
This Californian is number 2 in line. Colette.
Who is Kamala Harris?
No.
Okay, so you have the
Kevin
president.
McCarthy.
Ooh.
Yeah, you got the president pro tempore,
Yeah.
right? And then Secretary of
So
State.
C-Lane knows about this from the show Succession. That's where you learn all of the things about who falls in line after the president of the United States.
Is that what Succession is about?
Not Succession. Line of the show that you watched.
Designated Survivor?
Yes, Designated Survivor. Why am I thinking it's called Line of Succession? That's not it. Either way. All right, let's go to the people. Let's see what they have to say. Let's get these dispatches worked in. Here's our friend Chaos talking about Mr. Beast.
What's up, junkies? Happy Friday.
Saturday, Sunday.
So, the Mr. Beast thing. So that you have all these weirdos, and then you have somebody like, I'm gonna shout out his YouTube, James Seo, SEO. Anyways, he's been doing like where he does like the NPC thing, where he's an NPC and he gives a person a quest or the option of a quest, and then like he always gives them like a TV or whatever it is at the time. You know, it's random things he gives them as gifts. And then at the end he says, "Mr. Beast, acknowledge me." And he just recently did a video where Mr. Beast actually was in his video, and he did the whole NPC thing with him. It's actually pretty hilarious. But
I haven't heard
people
of him.
that go like crazy about it and aren't like this guy are pretty sad.
Yeah,
Way
it's
to pop
weird. It's just this weird obsession with trying to get a celebrity to pay attention to you, and it's desperate, and people shouldn't do it. Here's Green Panda talking about organs.
Hey guys, happy Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
You too.
Enjoying the show. Listening to the part about you guys being organ donors. And so the question is, if I had to get an organ from any one of you guys.
Oh boy.
Or Sean, let's do it in your shoes. If you had to get an organ from C-Lane, Sabrina, Fritz. Who would you most likely get the organ from and why? Or vice versa.
I mean, is it obvious?
Have a great day, guys. See ya.
Fritz seems like he's got the healthiest organs. I don't know if you really do, but you seem like you do. So I would like your organs. You don't have to sign anything.
Okay.
But, I'm saying if there was an opportunity.
You can have them now. What do you want?
No. Keep them now. Because I want you to, because if I put them in my body, they start to go bad immediately. It doesn't take long for things to go south.
I wonder if surgeons are like, it's a going out of business sale. Everything must go.
We got all these damn organs to get rid of. I mean, C-Lane's organs are fine. They seem to be functioning.
I would like his liver. It's bigger than mine.
Yeah, but it's not supposed to be anything. Therein lies the problem.
Promo.
Let's see. Let's do one more. Here is Bruise Traveler.
So years ago, I bought a house in Deltona, and we were having our housewarming party, inviting a bunch of our friends from the beer industry and all that. And I had a friend who had a friend that owned a bounce house company. So we all ended up drinking tons of beer and jumping in a bounce house. And I'll tell you right here, right now, it's definitely fun as hell as an adult.
I would puke.
So don't listen to this report and jump in a bounce house. You'll love it.
All right, thank you. Appreciate that. Appreciate you. When we come back, the next episode, Fritz is stepping up to the plate. He's ready to go. He's got the fire in his eyes and his belly. He's going to knock it down when we come back. And that is the next episode. And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan, brought to you by Gringos Locos. For locations, go to gringoslocos.com and securedroofingandrestoration.com. Visit their website for your free estimate today. At 8 p.m., it's Bungalower and the Bus. At 9, we all find out what the hell is Angel listening to. Tonight on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro with a look at your Central Florida forecast. Afternoon highs today reaching the low 90s with feels-like temperatures in the triple digits. It is going to be breezy, though. By this afternoon, we'll be seeing sustained winds out of the west-southwest at 15 to 20 miles per hour, but gusts as high as 25. Later this evening, mainly after 2-3 o'clock, the chance for some scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms. Make sure you're staying weather aware. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro.
This report is sponsored by Fresh from Florida.
Hey shoppers, this is your local farmer letting you know that Florida watermelon is in season right now. Look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo while you shop. We're going to need a lot more help at checkout.
From the Florida Department of Agriculture.
Packing for your summer road trip? Leave the travel guide at home and bring the Autio app along for the ride. Autio brings any drive to life with fascinating stories about the places you go, all narrated by expert storytellers. Browse through Autio's more than 10,000 fascinating location-based tales to inspire your travel itinerary and discover unique destinations along the way. Wherever summer takes you, make your next drive an adventure with Autio, the perfect companion for your next road trip. Learn more at autio.com.
Hey Hey shoppers, this is your local farmer letting you know that Florida watermelon is in season and available in the produce section right now. Whoa, hey, careful now. There's plenty of juicy watermelon and other tasty Florida-grown produce for everyone. I mean, all you have to do is ask for Fresh from Florida or look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo while you shop. We're going to need a lot more help at checkout.
Rise and shine, honey. We don't want to miss our flight.
Our flight is in 7 hours. And we have TSA PreCheck with our Navy Federal flagship credit card.
TSA PreCheck. Getting my bugle through security will be so much easier now.
Learn how you can earn up to 3 times points on travel with the flagship credit card at NavyFederal.org. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Insured by NCUA.
Don't miss 2 for $20 every Friday and Saturday at Tijuana Flats. Get 2 entrees, 2 drinks, and an appetizer for just $20. Choose from your favorites like those tacos, burritos, and more. 2 for $20 every Friday and Saturday. Get it while it's hot at Tijuana Flats.
Hey, you want to get a Big Green Egg? The best place to go by far is Wassie's Meat Market. They will deliver and set up the Big Green Egg for you, and they make it so easy. Follow them on Instagram. It's Wassie's Meat Market, or just go to their website, wassiesmeatmarket.com, to get your Big Green Egg today.
Here at the Almond Joy Factory, where tropical vibes abound, we use soft, fresh-tasting coconut.
The crunchiest almonds and delicious chocolate candy.
Ah, but do you know what our most important ingredient is? Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Sometimes you don't.
Almond Joy's got nuts and something even way better than that. Yes, Almond Joy is made with almonds and joy.
SimpliSafe was named Best Home Security of 2023 by U.S. News and World Report. But we don't do what we do for the accolades. We do it to protect you and everything you love. Our advanced sensors, indoor and outdoor HD cameras, and hazard detectors are powered by live 24/7 professional monitoring, so you get emergency help fast. Get 20% off any new system with Fast Protect monitoring at simplisafe.com/radio. There's no safe like SimpliSafe.
At Heron Home and Outdoor, we pride ourselves on providing thick, healthy, weed-free lawns. Keeping the grass on your lawn green and your shrubs and trees in tip-top shape is our specialty. Visit myheronhome.com today for a free quote and money-saving offers. Heron Home and Outdoor, your local lawn and pest experts.
Find high-quality healthcare in Florida at healthfinder.fl.gov. Effortlessly explore facilities based on quality measures like infection rates, surgical complications, and readmissions. Compare safety records for medical facilities like hospitals, nursing homes, and outpatient surgery centers with ease. Elevate your healthcare decisions with the transparency tool at healthfinder.fl.gov. Choose wisely, live healthy. Paid for by the Florida Agency for Healthcare Administration.
Did you know 1 in 4 car batteries is weak and needs to be replaced? O'Reilly Auto Parts will test your battery for free. If your battery needs to be replaced, our professional parts people can help you find the right Superstart battery for your vehicle and budget. Don't wait. Get your battery tested for free today at your local O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Grab your shades, your flip-flops, and your free Iheartradio app for summer 2023. No matter where you go this summer, your favorite radio station, the music you love, and the best podcasts in the world will be along for the adventure. Download the free Iheartradio app today.
Don't let earache from swimmer's ear, clogged ears, or allergies ruin your day. Get fast, effective relief from the pain and itching with Hyland's Earache Drops, the #1 best-selling earache treatment for over 10 years. See why it's received thousands of 5-star reviews and was awarded Best Over-the-Counter Medicine and Health Product in Earache Relief by U.S. News and World Report. Find Hyland's Earache Drops in the eye and ear aisle at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, and Target. Claims based on traditional homeopathic practice, not accepted medical evidence, not FDA evaluated.
episode in just a moment. All things happening in the world of entertainment and beyond. And we check in with Sabrina, who is out at Bonnaroo and just went through some sort of media meeting or something. What's going on?
We're in big trouble.
Oh, boy, I thought so. That's what we thought.
Yeah.
What did you do?
So one of you guys has to come pick me up.
they took the RV. We're getting arrested out here.
I'll be on my way.
Yeah.
You know.
Thank you. I'll see you in 9.5 hours.
What did they tell you? Was it just a stupid, boring, like official meeting thing?
Yeah. It wasn't boring. I had a lot of information. Not much of it applies to me because I'm not a professional photographer, but we got to meet everybody else and kind of get the who's and what's of everything. I'm really just blown away on how all of this works and how many people are here, you guys.
Yeah, how many media people were there?
Media people, in that meeting in itself was 30, 40 people.
Damn.
But we're now in the media area and there's even more.
Yeah.
And fun story, there's like a little tent there that I guess is serving some food. And Michael walks in and he's like, oh my God, there's a table full of tickets over there. It's a table full of Bonnaroo tickets.
Oh my God. You could go grab those and scalp them.
Yeah, he went to go and do that, and it's actually just lettuce.
Okay, so it's not the valuable stuff that you were looking for.
Wait, he thought lettuce
Michael
was
comes up-
Bonnaroo tickets?
How stoned is he right now?
That's the first question he had. He's like, did I get high by accident? Because I just thought lettuce was physical tickets to get into a music festival. I'm like, we are good to go. Going to share that story on the air.
Hey, do they have a Bonnaroo jail? Like if you get in trouble at Bonnaroo?
That's a great question. Do they have a Bonnaroo jail, Michael? I think they just kick you out.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just boot you out of there. Call the cops.
Or if the cops were involved, they would just send you to Manchester jail.
Right. Sealand was telling us yesterday, we were talking about this a little bit, Sabrina, and he said there's something interesting that happens. What's happening there?
Woke up this morning and I went.
Everybody's screaming around her. There's something interesting that happens, Sealand said, at Bonnaroo, where while you're there, you don't even feel like you're in Tennessee anymore. You're just in Bonnaroo. Like you're living in that place.
I'm amazed at how giant it is, but essentially, I think Manchester becomes the biggest city within Tennessee for a little bit, but then you go outside of it, and it's like
Nothingville,
the smallest town in the whole world. Like,
but like, yeah,
Bojangles.
I was telling them
CVS.
I was telling them yesterday, like when I was there, and like one of the bands came out, I think the Killers or something, was like, "What's up, Tennessee?" And I went, "Oh, that's right,
we're in
Tennessee." You're so removed from everything that it's like you're not in Manchester, you're not in Tennessee, you're at Bonnaroo.
Yeah, you're just existing there, which is kind of cool. I mean, go ahead.
You guys would be very proud of me because I drove the RV yesterday.
Yeah, you drove it like
through
the last
the mountains.
Oh, really? So you didn't just drive it like the last 500 feet like we thought you were going to. You actually drove it through the mountains.
And those are the
Yes.
scary mountain roads that like we're not used to as Floridians. Not
at all.
Where they have those extra little like lanes off to the side for
Yeah.
truckers for when your brakes fail.
Oh no. I don't know if I could do that. Didn't that freak you out?
It was terrifying, but also exhilarating. Like I have to give it to like our friend Eric, though I know we have a bunch of truckers that listen. I mean, for you guys to do that for a living is so impressive because what I was driving, I think it's a 23-foot RV. It's a rig.
Yeah.
And it's a beast, man. Like it truly is. Like they have the wide mirrors. The lanes are just exactly where it needs to be.
Yeah.
If I moved just a little bit, then I'm running over a Prius.
Right.
So, and then you have the windy roads where there was one point it flashes and it's like 5 times grade, and it was steep and then curved and then went through another mountain. I'm like, this is so not Florida. We're not in Florida anymore.
I couldn't do that. I would freak out because then you start looking over the side and you see like how far down it is. You know,
Yes.
Especially
and I'm
at
like,
night
I have
and
a
there's no
deposit
lights.
on this thing.
Yeah.
I cannot crash it.
Right, this is gonna be real bad. Have you guys seen anybody perform yet at Bonnaroo?
We watched a little bit last night. A band named Petey, which I feel like is right up your alley, Sean.
Petey?
You would enjoy them.
All right.
Yeah, Petey, Petey. And we saw Elephant Heart, which was very fun. And then where did we pop into?
Is
Doesn't
Elephant
matter.
Heart very slow?
It was. I think today is going to be the biggest day where people are going to be out and about.
Yeah,
but-
of course.
Oh, and guess what? Secret surprise. That's not a surprise anymore or a secret. Shaq is here.
Oh, really?
What?
Nice.
Yeah.
That's cool. You know what's so weird about
Yeah,
that?
he's-
Shaq is so big that you can't hide at a place like Bonnaroo.
But apparently he's going to do a secret DJ set tonight at 2:30 in the morning.
Oh, my God. That's fun. Oh, that'd be cool. You guys
Yeah.
gotta check that out for sure.
So what I'm going to do is once we get back to the RV and hopefully get a decent connection, I'm going to start posting to the Real Radio blog that we have. So
Okay.
anyone that wants to see the videos and pictures, I'll send you the link for that. Or, of course, you can follow me and Michael on Instagram and see what we're up to then.
You need to try and have a moment with Shaq. So if you're close enough, just be like, "I'm from Orlando. I remember when you were on the Magic."
We have that in common.
Yeah.
I think he has a house in Orlando, doesn't he?
He can't sell it.
Yeah,
he
he's
can't
been-
sell it to save his life.
Been trying his damnedest to get rid of that damn thing.
Maybe that's how I get in with him. I'll be like, hey, I'm on the market for a house for someone that's 7 feet tall. Do you know anybody?
He keeps knocking millions off that house, but it would take so much work to de-shack that
it's
particular
huge.
mansion.
It's built for a big man.
Yeah.
If somebody said that hat that Radio Michael 7 is wearing is nuts, what is his hat? Oh, yeah, there you go. That man
protecting
transforms.
himself.
He does.
When he goes to a festival, he transforms. Well, you guys have fun out
Look at
there.
him.
You guys have fun out there, and people can follow along at Sabrina Ambra on Instagram and see what's going on for the weekend here at Bonnaroo with all the big performances and maybe Shaq out there somewhere. Who the hell knows what's going to happen?
We shall see. But thank you guys so much. And I will tune in. Well, no, I won't. I guess I'll see you on the other side of it.
I'll see you on the other side. Be
Bye.
safe, all right? Well, there she goes. Sabrina's out at Bonnaroo for this weekend. It's a huge, huge event, and it's always crazy to me how they orchestrate all that crap, like how they make it so everything works as smooth as it does.
Yeah.
It's a huge, huge job.
It's like a big temporary city.
Yeah, it is. We're gonna do the next episode with Fritz. We're a little short on time though.
Fritz, you have like 2 stories?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
All right,
Sweet.
let's do it then. All right, let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV, and you can't possibly keep up with all of it. Even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
Oh my God, I slept with James last night. Guy is a sexual tyrannosaurus.
Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode with
Fritz!
That's right. That's me. Brought to you by Home Loans Radio. You can listen every Saturday. I'm
With
on
Fritz!
the show.
Yeah, that's right.
HomeLoansRadio.com. Don't miss the boat. Get a free refi quote. So there you go. Got through that. On this day, 51 years ago in 1972, this artist and album was released.
Oh, this sounds familiar.
Ziggy Stardust.
Yeah, that is
Damn,
right. Ziggy
nice
Stardust
work.
and the Spiders from Mars.
Thank my peripheral vision.
Yep. David Bowie. Let's see, moving on. The U.S. men's national soccer team.
Wait, your peripheral vision can read his laptop?
When I looked over.
I have lots of questions now. Fritz on the street is tainted. You have the greatest peripheral vision I've ever seen in my life.
And he's winning by 40 points.
I was
That's why he's running away with a victory.
Fritz pointed at his laptop. That's the only reason I saw it.
All right.
All right. Last night, a huge matchup between the U.S. men's national soccer team and Mexico was called early in the 89th minute after the stadium and fans kept chanting anti-gay slurs
Oh
at
my
the American
God.
players.
What?
Yep. It was, and then 4 red cards were given, so a bunch of people were kicked out. There were wild skirmishes on the pitch, and USA still kicked Mexico's ass 3-0. Or
Does it
3-0.
say what they were chanting at them?
What they were chanting, no, but it goes against everything that we stand for, says Matt Turner, the goalkeeper for America. It just said anti-gay chants. The chants continued, and the head referee, Ivan Barton, paused the action in the 89th minute to try to get it under control.
Jesus.
And then they canceled the whole thing.
Yeah.
Guess who doesn't have a podcast anymore because they've been lazy asses since November 2022?
I don't know.
That would be...
Is it Buck Sexton?
Nope, that would be Prince Harry and Meghan Markle.
Oh, yeah. They got paid a lot, too, for that podcast.
Spotify gave them a 3-year deal and $20 million, but dropped them. There will not be a season 2 because they haven't produced enough content to receive their full multi-million-dollar payout.
Jesus. How do you get a deal to make like millions and millions of dollars to do a podcast, and then you can't just make enough stuff.
You haven't done it in 7 months.
It's like, why don't you? It's easy. Just do it. It's a podcast.
Yep. Let's see. Al Pacino is welcoming his 4th child with his 29-year-old girlfriend, Noor Al-Falah.
Congratulations.
The son is called Roman Pacino. Cool name.
Mm-hmm.
And then Chelsea Handler immediately released a video saying, horny old men who won't stop spreading their seed at an apparent diss at Elon Musk,
Robert De Niro, and the other guy. Who's the other guy who just had baby?
Baldwin.
Yeah, but Baldwin too.
Alec Baldwin.
Alec Baldwin, but there was another. Who's the other old guy?
Billy Baldwin.
No, who's the other old guy who just had a baby recently?
Robert De Niro.
Al Pacino and Robert De Niro.
Yes.
Right? Okay.
She says that they cannot stop procreating. Between the 4 of these guys, they have 32 children. It's actually 29.
Okay, that's a lot, though.
But it is a lot. Robert De Niro just had his 7th child at the tender age of 79. Handler added, but I mean, why is she talking about, like, obviously the women also want children with these men?
Yeah, she's just getting involved in something that has nothing to do with her, but that's what she does.
I have a report on what the slur was that they were chanting.
Chant it to me.
I have 2 different ones.
All right.
And one of them I thought meant bitch.
Okay, what is it?
Puto.
Yeah, I thought that was the same thing. It's not?
According to, well, okay, maybe that.
Yeah.
But according to sportingnews.com, it roughly translates to gay prostitute.
Does it really? I had no idea.
But I thought it was bitch.
What's the other one they were saying?
Somebody else said maricon, which is the F word for gays.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, so clearly that's homophobic, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, they're getting to it there. Okay, go ahead, Fritz.
Then the last thing I was going to say, Eminem's daughter, Alana, right? Alana?
Mm-hmm. She's got 2 of them, I think.
Okay, so she recently got
Oh,
married.
it's Haley.
He has Haley and another one.
Yeah, Alana. So she recently got
he
married.
never sings about Alana. He only raps about Haley.
So she recently got married, and fans were trying to find Eminem and her wedding photos, which goes back to the Mr. Beast thing. Like, leave these people alone. And then, so she finally had to come out and say, he was there, he walked me down the aisle, we asked no photographs to be taken of him to, like, respect his privacy.
Yeah.
So he did show up to his daughter's wedding. Hey, there you go. Nice family, man. Al Pacino, congratulations. And that's the next episode.
Perfect.
All right. Yeah.
You did it, Fritz. You did it.
And I did that in 3 minutes.
I knew he had it in him, too. All right, when we come back, the crowd will be even more excited. Because, what is this?
This is a long...
What is this?
It was just supposed to be applause, man.
It turned into, like, just common conversation.
It was like
at
the
the
applause
end.
ended, and then everybody was just kind of, all right, let's move about our day.
This Week in Florida is coming up next, so stick around for that. Plus, our friend Mo is joining us soon. It's all on the way, and it's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Some stations stick around 10 years, think they're a big deal. Did we do that? Yeah. We probably did that. It's the 30th anniversary of Real Radio 104.1. Thanks for making this happen.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Hey, what's happening? I hope your weekend is off to a great start on this Friday. And right now on the major highways and roads of Orlando, a few things going on. Approaching mile marker 275 northbound on the turnpike, all lanes are closed, so that's approaching the Mineola Hancock exit. You're going to want to seek an alternate route northbound. Of course, your usual delay east and westbound on I-4 approaching State Road 535, and at this time from westbound lanes of the Beach Line, there is also an incident reported on I-Drive. Our Safe Touch Security traffic tip line number is 866-676-8477. I'm Brian Black with your report.
This report is sponsored by Jeff Martin Auctioneers. Jeff Martin Auctioneers presents the Kissimmee Construction and Transportation Live Auction on June 22nd, featuring heavy construction equipment, trucks, trailers, and more. Bid your way live on site or online at jeffmartinauctioneers.com. Experience the difference. License AU 4483.
Hi, welcome to the IKEA Midsummer Days. We're celebrating with fun in-store events for IKEA family members and lots of savings.
Oh, hi. I'm looking for extra chairs to host my pickleball team dinner.
We can help you save on that and more.
Great. And that flower crown looks amazing.
Come make your own in-store on June 23rd through 25th. Plus, buy tickets to the June 23rd Swedish Midsummer Buffet at your local store. Go to IKEA-USA.com/midsummer for more details. Offer valid 5/30 to 7/4. U.S. only while supplies last. Selection may vary by store and online. See store on IKEA-USA.com for complete terms. Restrictions apply.
So, you finally have some time to yourself. Even if it is just the car ride home, it's you time. And look at you. Do not disturb set before you even got in the car? Impressive. you've earned this moment to just chill and drive. This break is brought to you by Target Zero and the Florida Department of Transportation.
Have you noticed that solar panels are popping up everywhere? You never know who's going to have solar next, and here's a thought, it could be you. Utility rates keep going up, and now is a great time to save big with Solar Source. Solar Source has been getting the job done in Central Florida for almost 40 years, and right now, Monster fans get special access to their new AI-powered tool that can get you an estimate in 1 minute or less. Visit solarsource.com/monsters for an instant quote.
My fellow Americans, RC Hill here from RC Hill Mitsubishi. I think it's high time we celebrate. To help you relieve stress and start having fun again. It's time to let freedom ride and break free from your old ride. And declare your independence in a nicer, newer car for just $7 down. Have you been feeling put down, fed up, or just plain tired? Then it's time to let freedom ride. So keep your cash and drive a new 23 Outlander for just $7 down. All RC Hill Mitsubishis include a lifetime limited warranty. Even if you've heard no in the past, America is a land of opportunity. And I believe everyone deserves to drive a nicer, newer car today. So kick your old ride to the curb and let freedom ride for just $7 down. But hurry, this celebration ends soon. I'm RC Hill, your car dealer next door. Get free at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
$7 down requires state approval. Negative equity may be refinanced. Example, stock number N12354. $7 down, $3.99 per month for 84 months. 3.9 APR.
Hey shoppers, this is your local farmer letting you know that Florida watermelon is in season right now. Look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo while you shop. We're going to need a lot more help at checkout.
The Home Depot and Bear have what you need when you need it, delivered straight to your job site and at an everyday low price. We're now delivering top-rated Bear paint, stains, and primers directly to you same day or next day. Plus, pros earn discounts with Pro Extra Paint rewards. Contact a Bear Pro Paint specialist to schedule your paint delivery today. The Home Depot. How doers get more done. Limitations may apply. Not available in all markets. See store for details.
If you ride a motorcycle in Florida, someone can hit you and hurt you and legally not have insurance to pay you. Uninsured motorist coverage can help save you from financial ruin. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
Second half of the year looking busier than the first? Hire with Indeed. Their powerful platform makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates in one place. Sponsor a job and immediately get a short list of quality candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Oh, when my Marco's craving hits, it really hits. And who wouldn't crave pizza with dough made fresh for a perfectly golden crust? 3 delicious, melty cheeses and savory toppings. I'm craving some Old World pepperoni right now. And with unlimited medium one-topping pizzas for just $6.99 each, I can cover tonight's cravings and tomorrow's. Nice. Marco's. Pizza lovers, get it. Price and participation may vary. See store for details.
Summer's heating things up, outside and on the grill. Whether you're smoking a brisket or grilling up veggies, Kingsford Original Charcoal delivers the consistent performance and smoky wood-fired flavor barbecuers crave. Kingsford Original lights faster and has a long burn time, giving you the ultimate grilling experience. So grab a bag of Kingsford Original Charcoal. Kingsford.com. Kingsford Original Charcoal lights faster and delivers consistent performance compared to nationally available charcoal in the USA.
In St. Augustine, Ponte Vedra, it might feel like there's not enough time to take everything in. Because once you're done exploring 42 miles of pristine coast, marveling at historical architecture, and enjoying world-class food, it'll be time to check out and head home. But that's okay. You can always stay just one more day. Visit FloridasHistoricCoast.com to learn more. It's about time.
Take life by the chip and dip it with 2 for $20 every Friday and Saturday at Tijuana Flats. Choose 2 full-size entrees, an appetizer, and 2 drinks for just $20. Smack my and call me Sally. 2 for $20 every Friday and Saturday. Only at Tijuana Flats.
This Saturday and Sunday only at Old Navy, get 60% off shorts for the whole family. That's 60% off summer's must-have shorts. But hurry, it's this weekend only at Old Navy. Valid 6/17 and 18, select styles only.
Order your Hummer EV at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade. Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because your case matters. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free Iheartradio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Thanks for hanging out with us. You can join the show by going to thenewsjunkie.com. That's where you can learn about everything happening. Send us what we call a dispatch with your thoughts, your opinions, whatever you got on your mind over at thenewsjunkie.com. Super easy to do. You can also learn about things like secret shows. That's available over there. Check it out. And so much more. And if you miss anything, you can get the podcast links up at thenewsjunkie.com as well. We're going to get into all the weird stuff that happened in Florida because C-Lane's ready to do This Week in Florida, right?
Yeah.
All right, I believe him. Let's get into it. Let's do This Week in Florida.
Giving you a recap of the most groan-worthy stories in the state. It's This Week in Florida.
That's right, the weekend's here. That means it's time to take a trip around the Sunshine State and see some of the craziness that has gone on in the past 7 days or so. And I guess if you're Target, you're damned if you do and damned if you don't.
Oh, yeah, they've been in some trouble as of late.
Well, people are coming after Target for having the Pride stuff.
Uh-huh.
They said, and there was the videos of the people saying it's satanic.
Right, yeah. That was weird because the guy went up to the Target employee and he was like, do you like Satan? And she's like, yes. She just like leaned into it. And then I don't think he knew what to say when she said that. He's like, oh, okay. Well.
She's like, next question.
What's next?
But now down in West Palm Beach, there's a gay couple that says they were mistreated by Target while shopping for their baby. And now they're demanding that the company reverse its decision made ahead of June, Pride Month, to pull some of its Pride merchandise.
Jesus.
And here's where things got weird. They pulled the Pride merchandise, but somehow...
I thought they just moved it in the store. Maybe they got rid of some of it?
Maybe.
Uh-huh.
Maybe we're never going to get our hands on that Live, Laugh, Lesbian shirt.
Damn it.
But a trip to buy baby formula, diapers, and clothes ended in outrage for a gay couple at the Target off North Lake Boulevard in Lake Park when they were told by an employee and the manager they couldn't buy a Pride-themed onesie that was on the shelf. So it was on the shelf still.
And it's sitting there. They can't buy it. Why?
I think they put a "Do Not Sell" sticker on it because they were trying to. They're trying to fix their problems with having the Pride stuff.
The problem is you can't make everybody happy.
Exactly.
And you just like it's like you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. You just get screwed.
That's the term
in this.
I used.
Right.
Crazy how that works
I just
out.
wanted to say it again.
Yeah. But Target's statement regarding the decision says for more than a decade, Target has offered an assortment of products aimed at celebrating Pride Month. Since introducing this year's collection, we've experienced threats impacting our team members' sense of safety and well-being while at work. And they're focused on moving forward with their continuing commitment to the LGBTQIA plus community.
Oh,
and
they went for the whole thing there.
I like it.
And standing with them as we celebrate Pride Month and throughout the year. So apparently, and the couple, it's not stupid to think, hey, this is on the shelf.
Mm-hmm.
We should be able to buy it.
Right. That you would think you'd be able to purchase something that was in the store.
They said it was a pretty painful and emotional moment. I've never actually felt restricted from my rights as a gay man through being in college to when I came out until now. This is one of those moments where I felt like I didn't have the rights that I deserve to have. Very uncomfortable. No. It is weird to bring something to the checkout counter and they're like, nope.
No, we can't sell that.
Can't buy this. Get out of here. This is something that I think you'd be interested in. I think you were talking about this during the break, Sean, but there is an event coming to Central Florida that I think it's right up your alley. It's the Orlando Oddities and Curiosities Market.
I'm definitely going to that.
You're going?
Yeah.
It's hosted and curated by Prometheus Esoterica.
I love that.
Who build themselves as the premier oddities shop, which means you've been there, clearly.
I don't think I have. We have been to an oddities shop in town. We have, Courtney and I, but I don't know if it was that one.
Was it the one that has a fetus in a jar?
I don't know.
There was one that Sabrina and I went to one time.
We went to one by, where like all the antique places are and stuff. There's like a row of these antique places.
Ivanhoe Row?
Yeah, I think so. Right around there. I don't know if that's the one.
Well, this one is for you. The indoor event, only $10 admission for adults and free for anyone 13 and under. And parking's $5, and there's food trucks and craft beer and all kinds of stuff. So,
all right,
so get your weird on.
I'm not paying to go in though because I'm a celebrity and I'd like to be treated as such. I'd like to be escorted through the event and given free stuff.
Well, we'll work on that. Get with the people at Prometheus Esoterica. Now that I can say it correctly,
That's a tough one.
It's a good one though. We are number one. Always like to point out when Florida is number one.
All right.
Yeah, that's right. Florida is number one in hot car deaths.
Oh, that's okay.
That's bad.
It's not a great one.
That is.
There's 4 Florida families have experienced the tragedy of a death in a hot car in 2023. 2 of those have been in Central Florida, and 2 of them were in the last 2.5 weeks because, as we have noticed, it is getting much hotter outside.
I'm really uncomfortable that we not only clap, but Forrest raised the roof over there.
Yeah.
Forrest, poor guy.
He was all about that.
And now it's about babies and cars.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess if there's any silver lining to this.
Forrest, do you want to put the roof back?
The problem is, if you raise the roof, putting it back, you push it down. I don't know. I'm not sure how you do that.
Do that again for us? What was that? That is how I used to dance in middle school. That is not a joke.
That's how you still dance to this day.
No, it's not. But I guess if there is a silver lining to be number one in hot car deaths and only have 4, that means there's not a whole lot of hot car deaths going on.
I'm not going to lie to you. Walking around the other day, it was one of those days where it was way up in the 90s, and you just feel it. It's like swampy. You're like walking through it. And I thought, if I was in a car right now, I don't know how long I would even last. Like, it was really bad out there.
I was in the car the other day. We'd stopped at the gas station. I stopped with Ashley, and I left her in the car. And she's like, "You're leaving me here?" And I went,
"You left your pregnant wife in the car?"
I went, "Yep. First time leaving my baby in a hot car." So
you're ahead of the game, man.
The city of Clearwater is finally, I think, because I didn't know that there were too many beaches left that you could smoke on. But the city of Clearwater wants to get rid of the most common type of trash on its beaches. No ifs, ands, or buts. Cigarette butts, that is, as it says on abcactionnews.com. Last Friday, the city held its first reading for an ordinance that would ban any cigarette, this is weird, or e-cigarette from its public beaches or parks.
The e-cigarette makes 0 sense.
If the whole thing that you're going for is the fact that it's trash, then yes, why would e-cigarettes that don't really have a lot of trash?
I'm not really fine with bans, and I'm not really fine with all the reduction in access to cigarettes. Let people do what they want. But I'm totally fine with saying you can't smoke cigarettes on the beach because it is a lot of trash, and it is something that people should be doing. But you don't just throw out an e-cig when you're done.
Well, I mean, what do? Do you get it refilled?
Well, you're going to...
depending on the brand.
I've just been stubbing mine out.
You just put them in the ground like a regular cigarette?
Like a normal human.
Fritz is rich as hell, just using them for one puff and putting them out.
Nah, Fritz is wealthy. The way I see it, we're trying to change habits. We're trying to send the message, don't litter on our beaches, says Council Member Lena Texiera. City leaders returned to the dais Monday for a workshop. The conversation was short. They didn't bring up any existing questions or concerns with the ban. The final step is a second reading and official vote, and Clearwater could be rid of smokers on the beach.
I'm surprised there's not more places that have done that, actually.
More beaches?
Yeah, more beaches that have said...
I think it's getting pretty common.
Yeah, I feel like that might be a pretty...
Problem is I don't know because I haven't tried to smoke on a beach in
Me either.
very, very long time.
I haven't tried to go to a beach or smoke on a beach.
There is a deputy in Hernando that has resigned after an internal investigation reveals he was conducting fake traffic stops.
All right.
For one reason or another. One of the things he does in here I think is hilarious, though. Hernando County deputy resigned after an internal affairs investigation revealed he conducted 7 fake traffic stops and allowed a ride-along citizen to view confidential information.
He's like the Trump of cops.
Yeah. Well, he let the ride-along citizen kind of participate in the traffic stop.
Okay.
Like take the license and registration.
Wow.
The investigation began when an HCSO sergeant sent a memo to a colonel with the sheriff's office after one of the sergeant detectives detailed a supposed traffic stop conducted by Deputy Joseph McClellan. The detective told Sergeant he heard McClellan call out the stop after just passing by the location. detective turned around to back up since he was still close by, but he couldn't locate the stop. He was just saying, telling his higher-ups that he was stopping cars.
Good God.
When he wasn't actually. And then one time during a real traffic stop, he's accused of allowing a citizen participating in a ride-along to approach a violator's vehicle during the stop.
Yeah, you go ahead and do it.
And even allowed them to approach the vehicle alone to return a driver's license, registration, and insurance information. If I'm the ride-along person there, I'm like, this is the best day ever. This is fantastic. You get to, the guy lets you just walk up to the window and you get that little tap, tap, tap.
Just how fast you think you were going back there.
Driver's license and registration, please. HCSO said the citizen was also allowed to give a verbal warning to the driver regarding their speed.
I'm going to let you off on this one.
During the investigation, they searched the patrol car and found several witness statement forms that had not been completed. This guy's just the laziest police officer gaming the system to just drive around and basically do nothing.
Real quick on the beach smoking thing, Arya Shadowblade on Twitch says, yes, you do. There are disposable vapes, and I see that trash everywhere. And Sour Patch Pete on Twitch says, I throw out e-cigs all the time. So some people are saying they are seeing these like as trash all over the place.
There are brands of them that's like a one-time use only. I think the more popular ones use cartridges, right?
I just thought of it this way. Like, if you're smoking a cigarette, you have a lit cigarette now. And when you're done, you have to put that lit cigarette out somewhere. So people just put them in the sand. That makes more sense to me. I didn't think people were just putting the vapes in the sand at the beach.
I wouldn't guess people are doing that either.
Not as much, certainly.
Apparently, it's one of those things where usually when people ban one thing, they ban the whole thing.
Let's just ban it all.
You shouldn't do this if you really intend on robbing a bank. Not to give any criminal tips.
This is what you always do.
No, I don't like giving
Fritz,
criminals.
He does this every This Week in Florida. He gives out advice to criminals to
I'm just saying this
criminals.
is something stupid to do if you're trying to do criminal things.
I've been trying to call him out for years. Apparently, I'm the only one.
Unbelievable.
Still in Hernando County, the sheriff's office said a woman attempted to rob a Wells Fargo bank in Spring Hill, Florida, Wednesday, and made the investigation quite easy to solve. They said around 12:30 p.m., a woman later identified as Vanessa Ortega, 31 years old, came into the bank holding a bright blue object in her left hand that allegedly resembled a firearm. She said, this is a robbery. This is a robbery. Give me all your money. And she then went to the teller window and said, I'm just kidding, and withdrew cash from her own bank account with her own name on it and left the bank.
Did she still get in trouble?
Yes.
What the hell? If you just say that, you get in trouble?
It was a Nerf-style gun. She admitted to yelling, this is a robbery, give me all your money, and she was arrested. She faces 2 counts of attempted robbery with a weapon, $20,000 bond, and that's it for This Week in Florida.
Yeah. Thank you, C-Lane. That is weird because she was kidding. But I guess you're not allowed to make that joke, right? Man.
There's only so far you can go with jokes like that.
Somebody asked over on YouTube, Daniel says, what does your T-shirt say, Fritz? And,
it says
hashtag fire Fritz.
Bad parent.
Hashtag bad parent. And by the way, this had nothing to do with you, right?
No, this was found at Goodwill, and I looked it up, and it was like someone on a school board or something.
It's like a protest or something, and it just happened to say Fritz, so Fritz ended up getting it. Yeah. It says hashtag fire Fritz, hashtag bad parent.
My buddy Sarah got this for me.
That's funny. I like that. Okay, we are going to take a quick break. Our friend Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm is going to join us momentarily, and get the F out of my house is what somebody said. What was going on? Wait till you hear this. The details are coming up next on the News Junkie.
You text us at 77031 and we say it on the air. Sometimes. We might even give you credit. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Hey, what's happening? I hope your weekend is off to a great start on this Friday. And right now on the major highways and roads of Orlando, a few things going on. Approaching mile marker 275 northbound on the turnpike, all lanes are closed, so that's approaching the Mineola Hancock exit. You're going to want to seek an alternate route northbound. Of course, your usual delay east and westbound on I-4 approaching State Road 535. And at this time, from westbound lanes of the Beach Line, there is also an incident reported on I-Drive. Our Safe Touch Security traffic tip line number is 866-676-8477. I'm Brian Black with your report.
This report is sponsored by Jeff Martin Auctioneers. Jeff Martin Auctioneers presents the Kissimmee Construction and Transportation Live Auction on June 22nd, featuring heavy construction equipment, trucks, trailers, and more. Bid your way live on-site or online at jeffmartinauctioneers.com. Experience the difference. License AU 4483.
It's time to soak up those unofficial start of summer vibes with the free Iheartradio app. Take your favorite radio station wherever you go and never miss the music you love, the latest news, or a chance to win the hottest prizes. Turn up the perfect summer soundtrack for your road trips, pool parties, and cookouts with specially curated playlists. Plus, dive into the world of podcasts and discover captivating stories that will keep you entertained for hours on end. So grab your shades, slather on the sunscreen, and make this summer unforgettable. Download the free Iheartradio app now.
Packing for your summer road trip? Leave the travel guide at home and bring the Autio app along for the ride. Autio brings any drive to life with fascinating stories about the places you go, all narrated by expert storytellers. Browse through Autio's more than 10,000 fascinating location-based tales to inspire your travel itinerary and discover unique destinations along the way. Wherever summer takes you, make your next drive an adventure with Autio, the perfect companion for your next road trip. Learn more at autio.com.
Hi, welcome to the IKEA Midsummer Days. We're celebrating with fun in-store events for IKEA family members and lots of savings.
Oh, hi. I'm looking for extra chairs to host my pickleball team dinner.
We can help you save on that and more.
Great. And that flower crown looks amazing.
Come make your own in-store on June 23rd through 25th. Plus, buy tickets to the June 23rd Swedish Midsummer Buffet at your local store. Go to IKEA-USA.com/midsummer for more details. Offer valid 5/30 to 7/4. U.S. only while supplies last. Selection may vary by store and online. See store on IKEA-USA.com for complete terms. Restrictions apply.
The roar of the crowd, thousands singing as one. Live music delivers happiness. This summer, Yellowtail and Iheartradio are teaming up to create exciting moments with Happiness Live. Access to a lineup of amazing music events that bring the joy of live experiences to fans across the country. And live events pair perfectly with the refreshing taste of Yellowtail wines. Find out how you could win the chance to attend an incredible concert event by visiting a retailer near you or at iheartradio.com/yellowtailwine.
Life is full of ifs. If you see potential in every day, if you push for that promotion, and even bigger ifs like if you say, I do. If you can cash flow like a pro and get paid up to 2 days early, if you can safeguard against surprises and supercharge your savings, the if in life becomes less iffy. Regions Life Banking makes it possible. If you're interested.
Let's talk about the if in life. Regions Bank, embrace the if in life.
Regions Bank, member FDIC.
Tobacco-Free Florida has many free ways to help you quit nicotine. From free 2-week starter kits of quit aids to free cessation services like Phone Quit and Group Quit. We're even trying out new motivational tactics.
You're the greatest quitter. He's tobacco's greatest quitter. He's tobacco's greatest quitter of all.
Or maybe we'll just stick to the ways we know work. Visit tobaccofreeflorida.com or call 1-877-YOU-CAN-NOW for free nicotine patches.
The new Smokin' Triple Stack at Firehouse Subs is stacked high with honey ham, smoked turkey, and slow-smoked beef brisket. To top it off, a portion of every purchase helps provide life-saving equipment to first responders. The Smokin' Triple Stack Sub. Get it for a limited time, only at Firehouse Subs. Participating U.S. locations, Firehouse of America, LLC, and Firehouse Subs suppliers together will donate 0.09% of purchases in 2023 at Firehouse Subs locations to the Firehouse Subs Public Safety Foundation for the purchase of life-saving equipment with a minimum donation of $1 million.
This Saturday and Sunday only at Old Navy, get 60% off shorts for the whole family. That's 60% off summer's must-have shorts. But hurry, it's this weekend only at Old Navy. Valid 6/17 and 18, select styles only.
Summer's heating things up, outside and on the grill. Whether you're smoking a brisket or grilling up veggies, Kingsford Original Charcoal delivers the consistent performance and smoky wood-fired flavor barbecuers crave. Kingsford Original lights faster and has a long burn time, giving you the ultimate grilling experience. So grab a bag of Kingsford Original Charcoal. Kingsford.com. Kingsford Original Charcoal lights faster and delivers consistent performance compared to nationally available charcoal in the USA.
Are you suffering from seasonal allergies? Because you're not alone. Experts say pollen season started earlier this year and will last longer, and that folks who've never had issues before are feeling miserable. I'm Martin Hoke, inventor of Navage, the world's only nose cleaner with powered suction. Over 3 million people use Navage to pull saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out the other nostril, helping to flush out allergens, mucus, and germs. Navage helps clear your sinuses quickly and naturally. But what about other people's experiences, like Miss Clement? Quote, I chose Navage because of my persistent allergies. Navage works. While using it, I cut back on allergy meds and occasional shots at my doctor's office. Unquote. That's one of over 120,000 reviews with a 4.6-star average written by people who use Navage to breathe better, snore less, and feel healthier. Stop suffering and try Navage today at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, and Target. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose, healthy life.
Don't miss 2 for $20 every Friday and Saturday at Tijuana Flats. Get 2 entrees, 2 drinks, and an appetizer for just $20. Choose from your favorites like those tacos, burritos, and more. 2 for $20 every Friday and Saturday. Get it while it's hot at Tijuana Flats.
If you suffered an injury at a place of business, dial Pound Law. That's all. Morgan & Morgan.
Radio 104.1.
I tell you what, when I see a story like this, it's one of those things that really pisses me off. And I bet you agree. We'll test this out here, okay? Imagine
I disagree.
That you... Give me a second, Celine. You will agree, I guarantee you. Fritz will definitely agree. I'm sure of it.
All right.
And I just want you to imagine yourself in this situation here. I will bring a little magic to the equation, and I'm going to bring you to a fantasy world. Here we go. All right. Now, here's where you are now. You have gone out for the day, and you've gone shopping, you've been doing a bunch of errands, you spent the whole day away from your house. And you return home, you want to just relax on your couch and enjoy yourself, do whatever for the rest
Play
of the
some
day.
Hogwarts Legacy, maybe.
There you go. You got ideas in your mind, and you want to do them, right? you want to get some Hogwarts on. And so you go to your front
Get your
door,
hog on.
and you go to stick your key in your front door, and you notice that the key isn't fitting right. And then you look around and you go, what the hell's going on here? And you realize somebody, while you left, has changed the locks on your house, and you now have a squatter who's living in your house. It would take everything in me not to just, like, bash a window in, go in, and, like, just kick the person's ass who's done this.
Yeah, for sure.
I would feel like that was such a violation. Like, Celine, imagine you go back, you go to put the code in at your house or whatever, and nothing happens when you put the code in because somebody's changed it, and you see like a guy and his family inside your house, living in your house, and they're like, no, we're not leaving. We're not going anywhere. Get us out of here. I would lose my mind at that.
And I think it's because, like, the first time that happened, when the cops showed up and they're like, we can't kick that person out, that person was like, word? Like, okay, this is
all right,
awesome.
cool. This works.
Hey, everybody, check it out.
Like, they hacked the system.
Yeah.
The idea that they go, well, we just can't get rid of this person right now. I go, hey, here's this paperwork. It's my house. I own this house. I live here. And this person's now squatting my house. Get them out of here. I'll do it myself. Oh, my God. I would want to go full Wild Wild West on these people if somebody did this to me. But they said an Ocala, Florida man is now in trouble. And it's because he spent months squatting in a house while the homeowner was abroad in New Zealand. And they said this guy was over there for 7 months. And he noticed while he was gone, he still has to pay his bills and stuff on his house, even though he's in New Zealand.
Right.
And he says, why are the power bills going up? What the hell's happening here? Power bills are getting more expensive. So he starts to get a little curious. And he goes back home. He sees the door is open, and his home has been absolutely trashed. The person has just completely trashed this house. And then he goes face to face with this squatter in his house. I would lose my mind. I would lose my mind. Obi-Wan Kenobi on Twitch says, let's all go squat at Sean's house. Please, please don't. Don't do this to me, because that would make me...
I can tell you exactly where to hide.
No, don't give any hiding spots, please. No suggestions. Here they are talking about this story of this guy.
You can frog Sean. Remember frogging?
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna do it.
Don't do this. Do not frog. Do not squat. Do not do any of these things. This is what happened in this case.
As
Here we
he
go.
hid and waited for the squatter to return. Thanks for joining us at 10 o'clock. I'm Ray Vieta.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Luann Sorrell. Soon enough, those two men came face to face.
So this guy came home, knew the squatter had been there, knew he had trashed the place, and he hid in his own house, waiting for the squatter to come back to try to take his place over. I would have said no. I would have locked all of the doors and tried to make it so the squatter could never get back in, but he wanted revenge.
The intruder bolted but was eventually arrested. Fox 35's Marie Edinger went up to Ocala and spoke exclusively with that homeowner.
This guy must have been so pissed.
Without the gun on my person.
This Ocala homeowner isn't sure how long it'll take him to be comfortable in his own home again. Police say Zamoya Brown had been squatting in the house for months and absolutely trashed the place while he was there.
I look at it and all I want to do is cry.
This no trespassing sign didn't do the homeowner
Was that urine? There was all these gallon jugs?
Yeah, it looked like it.
The guy had been peeing in jugs? Why? It looks like there was power in the house. It looks like everything would have been functioning fine. But he's pissed. He says, I can't sleep without the gun on me all the time.
Good. He says he was out of town and noticed his electric bill going up. That made him suspicious. But it wasn't until he arrived back at home that he realized what had happened. The day the homeowner got back in town, he says he saw his door ajar, the house disheveled, but no one there. He called police to report some stolen items, including an electric scooter, guns, tools, and documents like a social security card and the deed to his house.
So I guess he had been robbed too.
Jeez.
And the person took the deed to the house because they were trying to make claim that, this is my place now. And that makes it difficult to get them out of there. This guy was living there for like 7 months at this
He
place.
decided to sleep in the closet just in case someone showed up.
Opening my eyes, and here's this guy at the bedroom door. And the door's open about this wide, looking straight down at me.
Look at
So
me,
I
sir.
freaked. I jumped up with my pistol and said, get the out of my house.
Oh! This guy's got a little Wild Wild West in him himself, I think. I can feel it a little bit. I just would feel so violated by anything like this. Koalak over on Discord says, I'm going to squat on Sean's pool deck with a margarita. That's more acceptable because it's not inside, but still a violation.
Yeah, and she's cool.
Yeah, it's still a violation if you're even in the backyard. That's a core belief in me. Like, if somebody steals something from you, oof. If somebody like breaks into your house, all those things feel like such violations. And I don't like when people do that stuff, to say the very least. It fires me up a bit. So this
and you're
guy,
like, did they take any of my panties?
yeah, I don't want them going. Well, I mean, I wouldn't call them panties in my case. I
But
would
it sounded like you were about to agree.
I
with
would say boxer shorts, yeah, or boxers, or just leave it like that.
Manties.
No, I wouldn't say manties. And that is not a good name for a company. Just in case somebody heard that, they're like, manties, it's genius. I'm doing it. Let's work in a couple of dispatches. Here is Texas for Life with a dispatch about growing people in a lab.
What up, junkies?
Hey.
Listen to the podcast. Sean, you're talking about how you didn't even need a sperm or an egg to create like a new person.
That's wild, huh?
I was actually scrolling through Instagram the other day and saw this account, and this guy out of LA, he's like a scientist, young dude, goes and people will lick like random things, and then he uses like Google Maps and reverse imaging to go find where they are and get their DNA off of whatever item they licked.
Yeah, I've seen. Have you guys seen this before?
Mm-hmm.
So the guy will. The one I saw was this climber on this impossible rock climb, and the person leans over like about to die, and licks the rock face, and then points at the screen, and then the guy is supposed to go to that location and scrub that place with like a cotton swab to get the DNA of that person. That's the bit they're doing. And he does it somehow. He ends up getting to all those places. That's what he's talking
And then
about.
he'll bring it back to their lab and literally start growing that person just from their DNA. So pretty weird account. I can't remember the name of it, but I'm sure it's easy to find if I just do a little Googling. But anyway, it's a weird account.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Here's what I wonder.
See y'all later.
With
Have a good
this
weekend.
story, the story that he's talking about is where they said that they're working on being able to create humans without eggs or sperm, just via stem cells, like make humans out of thin air. And you got to think about like the legal ramifications of that. Like if I just cotton swab C-Lane's water bottle and I get his DNA and I make my own mini C-Lane, and I don't tell you about it, and then you get mad. You're like, why'd you make a mini sea leg?
Pretty messed up.
And I make a mini sea leg, and I start dressing him like you and cutting his hair like yours, and I bring him around. He's like, well, my little buddy, and you didn't acquiesce to any of this. You didn't consent to being a part of this at all. It's going to be a really weird thing. We want to hear from you.
And I leave a lot of my DNA here.
Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch right now. Here is Meat Pop.
Good afternoon, guys.
Hey.
Well, Sean, coming from a landscaper, I can tell you that I find those vapes and e-cigs, disposable vapes, everywhere. All in the properties. That and the blunt wrapper packages. They're everywhere.
Well,
so, yeah, they're actually worse than the cigarettes because they got the batteries and stuff in them that leaks into the environment or stuff like that.
Yeah, I guess there's more of that than I was thinking.
Yeah, somebody said on the texting service, what's up, news junkies? Disposable vapes have become super popular the past year or so. Seems crazy to me, though, that millions of lithium-ion batteries are just... Ion or ion? Lithium-ion batteries are just taking to the landfill. I am a DIY electronic hobbyist, and I think he meant to say collect old disposable vapes to extract the batteries for different projects.
It does seem really wasteful. It seems like such a waste, some of this stuff. And that's what we do. Like, everybody goes, hey, guys, straws are really wasteful. We shouldn't do this anymore. And then we get obsessed with getting rid of straws for a little while. Yeah. And then you realize there's just some other thing that's wasting all this crap. Although, we went to, was it? No, it was Homecoming in Disney Springs, the Art Smith restaurant. And
I was going to say, Disney Springs wasn't around when you were going to Homecoming?
No. Not the restaurant Homecoming by Art Smith in Disney Springs. And we went in there, and it took me a while to realize, and Courtney's like, oh, look at this straw. And the straw was like, the coloring was different. And she's like, it's just like a regular straw, but it was made out of sugar cane. And I was like, oh, wow. That was one of the only like replacement straw things where I've been like, this is just as good as a regular ass straw.
There are some decent ones that mimic the feeling of a plastic straw better than, I mean, the paper ones are terrible.
Yeah, those are bad.
But
they get soggy in like a second.
Yeah, there's some ones that do a better job. I think they're not as used because they're just expensive to produce.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they cost a lot. They like even the sugarcane ones. A regular straw, it's like fractions of a penny.
Yeah.
And this kind of stuff is way more.
You can also make them out of corn, too.
Yeah.
What's crazy, though, about the whole cigarette thing is, like, you have a plant, and then you're wrapping it in paper with a cotton, like, filter, and, like, that's polluting. But now we have plastic cartridges with lithium batteries in them. It's like, that's way worse.
It does seem way worse, actually.
Infinitely worse.
All right, quick break. When we come back, our friend Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm joins us. We're going to talk to him about our big questions from the week. Anything else you got on your mind? You got questions? Send them over right now, tips@thenewsjunkie.com, or send a dispatch. That is coming up next on The News Junkie.
Need a woman in your life who responds to your most important commands? Hey Siri, play Real Radio 104.1.
This is Super Bowl champion Alfred Williams. Here's what's trending on the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Mercedes-Benz.
Michael Malone continued to take shots at LeBron and the Lakers on parade day, but isn't LeBron to blame? He anointed himself the chosen one. His nickname is the King. He dubbed the Heat would win 6-7 titles. Whether it's fair or not, LeBron is viewed as a media hog, and when the going gets tough, he bails. LeBron's become a bit of an anti-hero. I'm Colin Cowherd.
This family takes turns turning heads. Brains, beauty, and athleticism. All they need now is for you to drive them off the lot. The Mercedes-Benz family of SUVs. A family of unrivaled vehicles waiting at your local dealer.
Don't miss the boat, my friends. Compare your quote today. That mortgage guy, Don, president of Happy Home Mortgage Brokerage and host of the Home Loans Radio Show, he is here for you. He has over 250 5-star Google reviews and 1,100 reviews at experience.com. So I think it's very safe to say that Don knows what he's doing. And I can say with full confidence that Don is looking out for you. He has your best interest in mind. He's going to treat you like a friend and not like a number like the other mortgage companies. See, chances are very high that you're leaving money on the table. So get the money off the table and back in your hands where it belongs. Get a free fast quote review at thatmortgageguyDon.com. Hit the compare button, and Don's going to review your quote today. That mortgage guy, Don, he's a mortgage broker, not a corner bank or retail lender, and that means he has direct access to wholesale lenders that consumers do not. If you want to see a difference, go to the website right now. Chock full of information for you, very easy to navigate through, and direct access to the man himself. Plain and simple. No spam, no hassle, just peace of mind. Check it out now. ThatMortgageGuyDon.com.
If you're hiring, it can feel like trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use Ziprecruiter. Like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers.
Ziprecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on Ziprecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Now try Ziprecruiter free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/FREE.
Do you struggle with occasional nerve aches in your hands or feet? Try Nervive Nerve Relief from the world's #1 nerve care company. Nervive tablets contain alpha-lipoic acid to relieve nerve aches, weakness, and discomfort, plus B-complex vitamins to support healthy nerve function as you age. Live life with less nerve discomfort with Nervive Nerve Relief. Learn more at nervivehealth.com. And try Nervive Pain Relieving Cream to block nerve pain signals at the source. Use as directed.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment changeouts and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Hey shoppers, this is your local farmer letting you know that Florida watermelon is in season and available in the produce section right now. Whoa, hey, careful now. There's plenty of juicy watermelon and other tasty Florida-grown produce for everyone. I mean, all you have to do is ask for Fresh from Florida or look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo while you shop. We're going to need a lot more help at checkout.
Did you suffer through 2022 with a terrible bathroom? You wanted to make that call to Rebath in Mid-Florida. You just couldn't do it. Well, make 2023 the year that you finally need to pick up that phone and let these guys show you what they can do. And what they can do is amazing. Take a bathroom that you hate, it's old, it's out of date, doesn't look great, doesn't really complement your home, and turn that into a magical spa-like environment that you begin or end every day in, and it makes you super happy. Here's the great thing. They do this with their employees. They do it in just 4 to 6 days, and they give you a lifetime guarantee on the products and the install. And guys, these products are simply amazing. Natural stone, travertine, and marble, all those beautiful colors. But it's the quality of the products that you've got to feel when you go to the showroom. 436 up in Altamont, right across from Kobe. Stop in, feel that quality, picture that in your house. That can happen. They're exceptionally good at it. Let them design a bathroom that you are going to love using their products, your ideas, their ideas. And next thing you know, their craftsmen will have it installed and you will love it. 2023 is the year that you get a new bathroom courtesy of Rebath, midfla.com.
Hello, Floridians. Today's a good day to do great things. Yes! Like scheduling the dentist appointment you've been putting off for 2 years. Oh, man. Like finally fixing that creaky door that drives you crazy. Like getting that massage you definitely deserve. Oh, yeah. Or taking time to make sure that your air conditioner is ready to beat the heat all summer long. Do something great today, right now, by booking your $159 AC rejuvenation at cooltoday.com.
Call today, cool today. CoolToday.com. At SimpliSafe, we design award-winning security to protect every inch of your home. It's easy to set up yourself, and now there's an even easier option. Have an expert do it for you with SimpliSafe Pro Install. Always protecting, never a contract. 2 easy installation options, backed by 24/7 professional monitoring for less than $1 a day. Get 20% off any new system with Fast Protect monitoring at simplisafe.com/radio. There's no safe like SimpliSafe.
Colonel Seasons adds interesting to popcorn and a second-grade chorus recital.
Don't put kettle corn seasoning on your teachers. Put it on popcorn and be a good citizen.
Colonel Seasons. Just add interesting.
Facebook, more than a place to remind you of birthdays. Find us and like us. Real Radio 104.1 on Facebook is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
Duty with our friend Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Mo, how are you doing? How is everything?
Fantastic.
Oh, there he is.
There
Sorry.
we are. There we are.
I should have unmuted him. That was my fault. Damn it, man. Mo is joining us to answer your questions as he always does, and we got some that we've built up over this week. And I think they're like all kind of focused on the same thing, if I recall correctly, C-Lane. Like the things that we ended up focusing on this week were related for some reason. But we'll get into that. Plus, you can ask Mo any question that you have. If you want to send him a dispatch, go over to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch right now. Let's just make it official. Here we go. Let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass. You're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
Jury duty brought to you by this guy, Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. And I tell you all the time, after an accident, there's all kinds of attorneys that you could go to. But do you want to be just another person in a spreadsheet? Do you want to be somebody who is going to be ignored and just they're going to settle your case as fast as they can? No, you don't want that. You want somebody who's going to listen to your case, listen to your story, and then fight against the insurance companies for you. Do it the right way. And that's Mo DeWitt. 866-CALL-MO. 866-CALL-MOE.com. I feel like that phone number must be expensive. Just to have a particular one like that says call Mo in it.
They're not too bad. You can spend a ton of money on phone numbers, though.
Really? Like if you get the really, really easy like cab number kind of things?
Oh, yeah. Those things are like hundreds of thousands of dollars.
I feel like my phone number would be worth some money.
I think your phone number is worth some money. I mean,
don't tell everybody what it is. Don't tell everybody what it is, Mo. But I feel like my phone number
Do you think you could sell it? Is that something
he could definitely sell that number?
Do you own your own number?
Yeah.
So you own your number to the point where, like, if C-Lane wanted to buy it off me, I could sell it to him, and then they would transfer it over.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's what we did with the 800 number. But, yeah, I mean, I know your number off the top of my head because it's just that easy.
It doesn't involve a lot of numbers, we'll say that. It makes it nice and simple, but maybe too simple.
A child could just accidentally...
All the time.
Yeah, just hold down that 9 button. And
it's actually a weird thing that I get into where somebody will go, is that your real number? And I'll go, yeah. And they'll go, oh, that's so easy to remember. And I go, yeah, little kids call me all the time. And then I realize that probably sounds weird.
weird thing to be braggadocious about.
Yeah, let me rephrase this. This doesn't sound good. I thought it did, but it doesn't. All right, so let's go to the list of Mo questions.
All right.
What do we have for
They're very specific. Our Mo questions this week revolve around apartment complexes.
Right, yeah. That's true.
We had a story. This one, we had one from a listener, but this was a story we did about an apartment complex that had this pet policy, and somebody had a guest over that had a service dog, and it was a legit service dog. It was one of the seizure detecting dogs.
So it's like functioning dog. It's not just there like a emotional support animal.
Right. And so this person who lives in this apartment complex, they brought a guest over. Guest has a service dog. Guest leaves. Somebody reports it, and they're fined $400 for having an animal in the apartment that was not part of the lease or not, not a declared animal.
And the apartment complex is like, we have this in our policy. We stand by this. We are very, very strict in enforcing our policies. And C-Lane and I are both kind of going to like, yeah, but doesn't the Americans with Disabilities
that's shenanigans.
Doesn't that trump your policy? You can't have a policy that cuts away somebody's rights.
Yeah, it's protected by the Americans with Disabilities Act. You can't fine somebody. It's directly in violation of that. That's why.
Just like a hotel can't charge you a fee for having a service animal.
Exactly. Now there is a difference between a service animal and an emotional support animal.
Correct.
But this clearly
Get
seems
your
to be a
emotional
service.
support animal the hell out of here.
Right. This clearly seems to be a service animal that would qualify under that protection.
There's a lot of these apartment complexes that we've talked about, Mo, and the rules get like more and more strict over the years. And you've probably heard this before, but I guess there's some now when you sign up to be a tenant at the apartment complex, you have to give them your dog's poop so that they could put it on.
Run the DNA.
Yeah, so they can run the DNA. And then so if there's some that they find in the apartment complex and they trace it back to you, you can get in trouble and they're going to go after you. So as these get more and more restrictive, how do people make sure that they're not being taken advantage of in that situation?
Well, you just have to know your rights. I lived at a place one time where they sent a notice around saying that they were going to DNA test the poop.
Uh-huh.
But then I talked to the maintenance guy. He's like, yeah, we're not doing that. That was just to scare people.
They're just trying to scare people.
That's what I said. I said they probably send these things around, and you give them your dog's poop, and they're like, all right, cool, thank you.
It's on file.
We're gonna test this,
Uh-huh.
and they drop it right in the trash, and they just they scare you, much like the chemical in the pool that turns your pee.
Right, and then
to
you go.
colors.
I'm instead of leaving this on the ground, I better pick this up because they'll get the DNA test going on, and you're in the database.
And I mean, is it that cheap to test a dog?
That's what I was thinking
No, I
too.
wouldn't
It's got to
think
be
so.
pricey.
Yeah.
I mean, at least, probably what, $50, $100 at the minimum. I would think.
They're going to have to get every single dog's DNA in the neighborhood and new people that come in, and then put that on the database and compare it. That's going to be a lot.
I was assuming the awful part would be the real pricey part would be if it's a dog that doesn't live in that particular neighborhood and they're DNA testing all this poop, they're just wasting money. If it is a dog that lives in the neighborhood, you can at least tack the fee onto the tenant. But otherwise, you're just really throwing your money in the crapper.
Right.
Yeah, then
dog
the owners start pooping everywhere. Then you got DNA test that. Where does it stop?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Literally, this is what I'm saying. It's so hard right now. Rent is so expensive across the country, but in the state of Florida in particular. And then you got all this restrictive stuff that they are doing to try to make it harder and harder for you to live in there. They've got rules in neighborhoods of like down to the breed and the size of dogs that you can have.
Mm-hmm.
And because you don't own the place, I guess they're allowed to legally do that, right?
Yeah, they can have rules and regulations as they deem fit, as long as you're put on notice of them, of course.
And they can say no pets too.
Yeah, they can say no pets, and they can put weight limits on pets and things like that.
Jesus.
I mean, I also had a situation, same apartment complex, where there was a weight limit for dogs, and I had a larger dog who was like right on the border.
Mm-hmm.
So
you had to keep him on a diet.
They made me take him to the vet to weigh him. So like I just didn't feed him like the night before and that morning, and then like weighed him in, and he was good, and then fed him, and he was back.
He's like a boxer.
Yeah.
Like a boxer cutting weight out there or something. That's why this stuff is so dumb. I mean, it doesn't make any sense that you would want to put somebody through this crap, but it's like a weird power struggle thing that people do. Anyhow, so yeah, that was one of the things that we were talking about. We also saw that the grand jury brought back charges for the guy in the subway incident where he choked another man and then he ended up dying on the subway in New York City. And they had announced charges against him before they announced that there was the grand jury charges. Why would they do both of those things? Is that normal?
In New York, it is. In New
It
York,
is?
my
Okay.
understanding is basically everything goes to a grand jury to make a determination on. So they probably brought the charges and then submitted them to a grand jury to kind of solidify them before going forward.
Wait, every single charge goes before a grand jury?
I mean, maybe it's all felony charges or
Yes.
something like that, but basically everything that's serious goes to a grand jury, is my understanding.
Wow, that seems like it would be a giant pain in the ass if they
It's
did
just like a
things
whole
like that.
other sector of jury duty, essentially.
Right. Yeah. I mean, we're looking at a whole bunch of big changes, I think, in the world of law. And we talked about this new technology that scientists were like kind of patting themselves on the back for. And they said they can now use stem cells to make people without eggs or sperm. And I go, now you got to have weird laws around that, because what's to say I can steal sea lane's DNA from like a water bottle and then have them make another sea lane and
Which
do it.
I should say, I'm very excited about mini sea
Mini sea lane's gonna be
Mini
awesome.
sea lane's gonna be awesome.
We're gonna bring them to events and stuff.
Regular sea lane is cool too, man.
It's all right.
Mini
Put a
sea
little
lane.
fedora on him.
Oh yeah, he's gonna be adorable. We're gonna dress him up in little outfits and stuff. Mini sea lane is gonna be way better than regular.
Look, he's a little
I'm literally
clown
about
now.
to do this.
you actually have created a mini sea lane. But this is gonna be the exact replica of him. Do you have an inherent right? And I don't know if this is true legally, but I feel like it should be, over your own DNA.
So there's actually some crazy case, and I can't remember. There was a whole book written about it where they basically took DNA from somebody and they used it in a bunch of like scientific experiments, and it was allowed. And I can't remember if they signed something or if it was just legally allowed and there weren't any laws against it. But I mean, there's some crazy laws in that area. Of course, as this technology comes out, if it comes out, they'll have to create more laws. And I mean, inherently, you would think that you have the right for someone not to just clone you without your permission.
I would
mean,
hope
that kind of
so.
seems obvious there, but
Yeah.
you know, whether laws are on the books yet for that, I'm not
Because
sure.
if somebody just like took Fritz's DNA and then they made a baby with the DNA of them and Fritz as if, they had, had sex.
Child support.
Yeah, and he's now on the hook for that. This is going to make things so confusing in the legal world with custody and all that, I would think, right?
Well, I mean, it's already a little bit of, I don't know if I'd call it a gray area, but they have done a couple things where they've solved cases by DNA found on, like a cigarette or something, right?
Well, and like, Ancestry.com. What's the other one? Where you swab your
23andMe?
23andMe,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, but you voluntarily swab that. You consent to that. But if I leave a water bottle somewhere and you take the DNA off that, I didn't really consent to that. Is that an illegal search and seizure?
Well, right now it's not, no, because that oftentimes that's where police get evidence. They'll just follow somebody around until they drop a cigarette or leave a can or a water bottle.
Always wondered if it was legal in one of the many Law and Order episodes. Old Jerry Orbach, Lenny Briscoe, detective, he gets somebody's fingerprint by like handing them 2 business cards and then going like, oh no, I accidentally handed you 2, and he takes one of them back and he does the fingerprint and he catches the murderer. And I was like, was that a Fourth Amendment violation?
Yeah,
or is that guy just stupid?
Just in my gut, I feel like you shouldn't be able to do that. I feel like a cop should not be able to rifle through your trash to get something that would be incriminating to you without a warrant. But right now, again, that seems like a newer thing because DNA is not that old. It's not that old that it's become so commonplace.
Well, yours is.
Get out of here. DNA, the science of it is not that old. What is it, in the 80s or something?
Late to mid-80s,
Yeah.
86.
Sounds all right.
And so 40 years or so this has been around. So all the laws aren't caught up to all that stuff. It's wild. We got another question for you. We got some dispatches rolling in we got to handle and a whole bunch more. So stay put. We'll be back in just a moment. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Celebrating 3 decades of hopping on trends with some questionable publicity shots to prove it. Those were some sweet frosted tips. Dude. Real Radio 104.1. Thanks for riding with us for 30 years.
What's happening? I hope your weekend is off to a great start on the major highways and roads of Orlando. And right now, a few things going on you should know about. The Turnpike northbound is open again, but still experiencing those delays due to an incident approaching Mineola Hancock. That shoulder is blocked there. Of course, your usual delay east and westbound on I-4 approaching State Road 535. And at this time, there is an incident reported on John Young Parkway. That's near Osceola Parkway at Ballpark Road. Our Safe Touch security line is 866-676-8477. I'm Brian Black.
This report is sponsored by Fontainebleau's Summer Paradise Getaway.
Fontainebleau Miami Beach is your summer paradise getaway. Unwind and renew at Lapa Spa and float among 11 pools just steps from the ocean. The possibilities are endless. Save up to 25%, plus receive up to $100 resort credit when you stay 4 nights or more, June through September. Book now at fountainbleu.com.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
SimpliSafe was named Best Home Security of 2023 by U.S. News and World Report. But we don't do what we do for the accolades. We do it to protect you and everything you love. Our advanced sensors, indoor and outdoor HD cameras, and hazard detectors are powered by live 24/7 professional monitoring, so you get emergency help fast. Get 20% off any new system with Fast Protect monitoring at simplisafe.com/radio. There's no safe like SimpliSafe.
Don't let earache from swimmer's ear, clogged ears, or allergies ruin your day. Get fast, effective relief from the pain and itching with Hyland's Earache Drops, the #1 best-selling earache treatment for over 10 years. See why it's received thousands of 5-star reviews and was awarded Best Over-the-Counter Medicine and Health Product in Earache Relief by U.S. News and World Report. Find Hyland's Earache Drops in the eye and ear aisle at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, and Target. Claims based on traditional homeopathic practice, not accepted medical evidence, not FDA evaluated.
The roar of the crowd, thousands singing as one. Live music delivers happiness. This summer, Yellowtail and Iheartradio are teaming up to create exciting moments with Happiness Live. Access to a lineup of amazing music events that bring the joy of live experiences to fans across the country. And live events pair perfectly with the refreshing taste of Yellowtail wines. Find out how you could win the chance to attend an incredible concert event by visiting a retailer near you or at iHeartRadio.com/YellowtailWine.
Hey, Monster fans, Russ here. You know what is really scary? Utility rates. So let's talk about solar. You may have seen solar popping up all over the place. Well, there's a good reason. One is utility rates are rising. Two, government incentives can dramatically lower the cost to solar. So if you want to go solar, call Solar Source. Monster fans get special access to their new solar estimate tool. Visit solarsource.com/monsters. That's solarsource.com/monsters.
Take control of your health and your wallet at healthfinder.fl.gov. Your one-stop shop to compare medical facilities in your area. From copays to x-rays, asthma treatment, and ultrasounds, healthfinder.fl.gov gives you a straight answer on cost and lets you compare against providers. Choose wisely. Live healthy at healthfinder.fl.gov. Paid for by the Agency for Healthcare Administration.
Pool season is here, but open roles got you underwater? Check out Indeed. Their powerful hiring platform makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Oh, when my Marco's craving hits, it really hits. And who wouldn't crave pizza with dough made fresh for a perfectly golden crust? 3 delicious, melty cheeses and savory toppings. I'm craving some Old World pepperoni right now. And with unlimited medium one-topping pizzas for just $6.99 each, I can cover tonight's cravings and tomorrow's. Nice. Marco's. Pizza lovers, get it. Price and participation may vary. See store for details.
Summer's heating things up, outside and on the grill. Whether you're smoking a brisket or grilling up veggies, Kingsford Original Charcoal delivers the consistent performance and smoky wood-fired flavor barbecuers crave. Kingsford Original lights faster and has a long burn time, giving you the ultimate grilling experience. So grab a bag of Kingsford Original Charcoal. Kingsford.com. Kingsford Original Charcoal lights faster and delivers consistent performance compared to nationally available charcoal in the USA.
O'Reilly! Stop by the new O'Reilly Auto Parts in Oviedo on Alafaya Trail next to Zips Car Wash now through June 27th. You'll get 2 times O-Rewards points on select purchases, which means you can reach your next $5 reward twice as fast. Plus, get 5 quarts of Mobil 1 full synthetic motor oil for $35.95. And buy one, get one free Coca-Cola products right now at your new O'Reilly Auto Parts.
If you're hiring, it can feel like trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use Ziprecruiter. Like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers.
Ziprecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on Ziprecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Now try Ziprecruiter free at ziprecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/FREE.
SimpliSafe was named Best Home Security of 2023 by U.S. News and World Report. But we don't do what we do for the accolades. We do it to protect you and everything you love. Our advanced sensors, indoor and outdoor HD cameras, and hazard detectors are powered by live 24/7 professional monitoring, so you get emergency help fast. Get 20% off any new system with Fast Protect monitoring at simplisafe.com/radio. There's no safe like SimpliSafe.
Hey shoppers, this is your local farmer letting you know that Florida watermelon is in season right now. Look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo while you shop. We're going to need a lot more help at checkout.
Take life by the chip and dip it with 2 for $20 every Friday and Saturday at Tijuana Flats. Choose 2 full-size entrees, an appetizer, and 2 drinks for just $20. Smack my and call me Sally. 2 for $20 every Friday and Saturday. Only at Tijuana Flats.
Unlimited coverage. Get it now with a new lifetime warranty at Sutherland Nissan Orlando.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free Iheartradio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Radio.
Mo, a question for you.
Yes, sir.
And as long as I've known you, I honestly don't know the answer to this. Are you a Halloween Horror Nights fan?
Yeah.
You like the whole haunted houses thing and going there and doing all that stuff?
I do.
I don't know if you're in this boat, but I know somebody in this studio is definitely in this boat, where they're going to be very happy to hear this. But they announced that they're going to do a The Last of Us house for Halloween Horror Nights this year. Did you watch that show at all?
No.
Oh, my God.
I don't even know what it is.
The Last of Us? Oh,
Great.
man. It's what
the video games are great. HBO Max.
It's on HBO Max, based on this video game.
It's on Max.
Fritz. Oh yeah, that's right. I can't get that wrong anymore. They'll probably come after me. It's on Max now. And Fritz played the video games before they announced that the show was going to be released. And now it's just like hugely popular. Sort of. I always hate to call it a zombie thing because it's like, kind of like that.
That word was like Macbeth on set.
Yeah,
they weren't allowed to say it. No zombie.
Because it's not really a zombie thing, but it's kind of like one of those end of the world scenarios like that. That's going to be one of these haunted houses that's going to be out there this year. That could be really, really cool. I just remember we don't go anymore. We quit because Courtney is too scared of haunted houses.
It's a good reason.
Yeah. It's like she just said, I can't play around with this anymore. I just have to admit defeat. I can't beat the haunted house.
Aww.
I told the story of how Stranger Things. Did you ever go in that haunted house? Okay. When Stranger Things was there, she's like, this is going to be fun. Here we go. And we go through the line. We probably waited like 45 minutes or an hour or something. And we go to the entrance and we get about 10 feet in. And she's like, locks up and she's like freaking out. And I go, do you want to turn around? And she's like trying to push a little further, but she's like, no, I got to turn around. She just freaks out in this situation. And when we walked out, the people at the entrance ready to come in said, she said, nope. And, and we're like, we didn't even get like beyond the visual sight line of other people.
Did Courtney try and go on, because it wasn't really that scary, but it wasn't a scary franchise, the Ghostbusters haunted house?
I don't know.
That one was fun.
Yeah, that
Well,
was fun.
I think you were there one time when we went through one haunted house and she was like holding on to the back of my shirt as hard as she can.
Right.
And then when she got outside, she's like, hell yeah, MFer, I did it. Now I can do it. I'm not scared of these anymore.
I'm not scared anymore.
Turns out she wasn't Macaulay Culkin. She was still scared as hell in this situation. But yeah, they announced that The Last of Us.
I think so was Macaulay Culkin in that
yeah,
case.
but he bravely fought back. And
it was the furnace.
I know. The furnace was scary in his
was very
defense.
scary.
I don't want to get anywhere near that thing.
That was the one thing in Home Alone that, like, it was a thing that we didn't have growing up, but I was kind of glad because that would have made me, if we had a furnace in a basement.
That's freaky, man.
In my like hometown or in my growing up house. Childhood home.
As they call
That's what I was.
This is my growing up house.
If we had a furnace like that, I would have been scared of it because of Home Alone.
You know, I guess technically, now that I'm thinking about it, according to some of the things that Bo has told us, a lot of the stuff that Kevin McAllister did in Home Alone would be illegal. It would be against the law, I think. Because we always talk about the story where the guy rigged up the booby trap.
Well, starting with the abandonment of a child.
Well, that's one problem, yes. But, all those things, I guess, would be against the law.
I mean, he stole that toothbrush, too. That was illegal.
Right, yeah. He's a criminal. He realized
very
it.
much so.
He realized it when he was headed home. What do we got for the other question we had from Mo, Sealy?
The second of the apartment saga.
Ooh, part 2
was there was a guy. This was a dispatcher who said that their apartment complex was handing out fines. I think this one was $200, but the fine was for not having an up-to-date registration sticker. Now he said that he had renewed his registration and hadn't put the sticker on yet. But like, is it common or is it legal for these companies like apartment complexes or maybe even HOAs at some point to kind of take the law into their own hands?
Yeah, what business is it over there?
Like, I could get if the police wanted to fine you for that. Or
Right.
I've had friends, I didn't know that you could do this, that have gotten a parking ticket that is specifically because you've parked at a meter, even if you've paid for it, but your registration is invalid.
Right.
But in this case, it's not a law enforcement organization.
They have nothing to do with the cops.
They have nothing to do with your registration or your driving or anything with your license. What gives them the right to fine you $200 for having an expired tag?
I mean, it's definitely odd, but it is private property, so they could restrict the vehicles to some degree. So if your registration was out of date, I don't know why they would want to do this exactly, but
It reminds me of the controversy when there was a rental car company that started. I don't think it lasted very long because they got huge blowback for it. They started tracking the vehicles, and they would track what the speed limit was where you were driving, and if you sped in the rental car, they would charge you like a speeding ticket. not the police, the rental car company charged you for speeding.
These are people who are taking authority that they really don't have.
Yeah, I mean, legally they may be allowed to do it, but yeah, ethically it does seem impractical.
Right, that's very, very strange. An email here from somebody named Anonymous, Mo.
Sounds like a bunch of shenanigans to me.
Monica.
Absolutely shenanigans.
Anonymous emails tips at thenewsjunkie.com, and it says, to the honorary Sir Moses DeWitt, I have a case question for you that is based upon...
Please call me Sir Moses going forward.
I'll forget it, but for now...
I'll correct you.
For now, I'll say... To the honorary Sir Moses DeWitt, I have a case question for you that is based upon personal injury and has been usurped as a tax implication.
Nice.
I, Sean, and many people I know are smokers of cigarettes. I don't want to be for long, but here we are. The ancillary cost of any and all the brands has increased, as it should over the years based on general inflation. The tax implications have far surpassed the general cost and now has federal tax, state tax, sin tax in most locals. I don't want a Boston Tea Party or anything the likes, but is this taxation without representation, and could this merit a lawsuit of plaintiff smokers versus the government, Anonymous says.
I feel like ChatGPT wrote that email.
It seems a little ChatGPT-ish, yeah.
I mean, you have representation. Somebody in the legislature of the state and federal governments passed those taxes, so... You may disagree with them. You can protest, but there's nothing legally that you can really do about it.
Yeah,
there's stuff illegally you could do, like order the cigarettes from another country,
right?
And they don't have tax stamps on them.
Don't recommend that.
Yeah, don't break the law. Don't
illegal
do
cigarettes.
It's going to get you in all sorts of trouble.
My roommate used to do that because he thought regular cigarettes were too expensive.
Well, they are. He's not wrong about that. It's just whether or not you have any recourse, and it doesn't look like you do. Let's go over to a couple of dispatches. Let's see what you're doing over there. Here's the Brown Pony chiming in.
I don't understand people freaking out at haunted houses like that, especially Halloween Horror Nights. They're not going to touch you. You're basically walking down one path. Part of me actually wishes I would get a little scared so I can get my monies out of it.
Oh, this guy.
Tough guy, huh?
Okay, all the smoke.
It's tough for me going to Halloween Horror Nights because I'm so hardcore that I find myself not getting scared enough.
Yeah, doctors put me on medication because they're like, you should be scared a little bit, bro.
We're worried. You're not scared at all. In Courtney's case, trust me, she's not faking it. That's how she is. She's just very easily scared. I walk around this house all the time, and I'll go around a corner, and she didn't know I was on the other side. She'll go, just jump up in the air. Every time I say, it's my house. I live here. You got to know I'm around here. And every time she says, I'll stop doing it, still get scared. Every single time. She can't stop from doing that. She gets very, very scared.
My wife will literally walk behind me, put her hands over the sides of her eyes to block her peripheral vision, and then just stuff her forehead right into my back so she can literally see nothing. It makes no sense to me.
Look, you could try all kinds of shenanigans to get around getting scared in a haunted house, but for Courtney, they don't work. I'm just going to put that out there for you. Here is McDouble Lover. This says Sean and Mo warning.
Uh-oh.
I don't know what this is about. Let's see.
Hey, junkies, happy Friday. Sean, you just said you didn't like the idea of the police rifling through the trash to find items to get DNA off. You better be worried, man. They probably already got those beanbag chairs and pulled your prints off them, and they'll be knocking on your door anytime.
Ain't no prints on those. There are no prints on the beanbag chairs, and I'm past that crap.
And you burn all your trash.
I do, yeah. Just like a responsible citizen.
Like a hot-blooded American.
You want to make sure you're as careful as possible. You know what I do, and I don't know if this is stupid or not or useless, but whenever I get like a financial piece of mail, I do always try to cut that stuff up because you've told us before that people can go in your trash.
Yeah, they legally can. Yeah, I do the same thing. I tear it up or shred it at the very least.
Yeah, especially if it's like a credit card application or something. I always try.
Well, they can't. They used to be able to just send you a straight up credit card,
right? And you could feel like the actual card in the envelope through it and stuff. And so I used to be worried about that, and I'd cut those things up and think that somebody was going to rob me, take all my identification and stuff.
You know, I always tease Sean for this thing, and then I saw a YouTube video where it was even worse. But whenever Courtney comes in here to get a card from Sean, he always like hides it from the cameras, like even the wide shot. Like he thinks people on the stream are going to read his credit card number.
These people are untrustworthy. You definitely know that they're going to try to read the credit card number.
They're fine folk.
You're trusting them too much, Mo.
Half the time you don't even know what he's doing. He's being so secret about it that it looks like he and Courtney have a weekly drug deal on the stream. And then I can't remember what video I was watching where I think it was some guy messing with scammers or something. This guy straight up showed the back of his credit card on a YouTube video, and I was like, it's an imprinted credit card. You could freeze frame this and read his entire thing.
Yeah, that's the opposite. That's a really, really bad idea. And I got weird about that because we went to a bar one time, and at the bar, I don't know if this has ever happened to you, Moses, but sometimes, they take your card before you leave or whatever, and then they're just going to run it at the end and give it back to you, but they hold it on file. And this place had these clips with magnets, and they would say, can I get your card? And they would take your card, and they would put it on the magnet, and they would clip it up behind the bar. So you could literally see everybody's credit card.
Zoom in with your iPhone and take pictures.
You take your phone, and you can see everybody's credit card numbers who are sitting there at the bar, save for, like, the security code that's on the back or whatever. You would have all the information.
It's weird that unless that bar opened yesterday, that nobody has complained about that being there.
Well, I didn't want to complain, but I was like, can I get my card back? Or like I wanted to cash out at that point. But and this was a place that you've been too. I don't think they do it all the time there, but when they were there, the bartender that was doing it was putting them up like that, which was a nightmare. Over to Mish Ale with a dispatch about that book you were talking about, Mo, with the DNA story.
So that book you were talking about is called The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks, and it's one of my favorites. It's absolutely fascinating. But she was a poor black tobacco farmer whose cells were taken without her knowledge back in the 50s, and then it became one of the most important tools in medicine. It developed the polio vaccine, cloning, gene mapping, and all sorts of other stuff.
Wow.
And it was super valuable. They were bought and sold by billions, her cells.
Wow.
And then she was basically unknown. Her family was struggling, couldn't pay, even afford health insurance and stuff like that. And then this kind of all came out and was uncovered. And her daughter then, along with a reporter or journalist, they wrote this book. But it's a super fascinating story.
That's a crazy story.
I think there was actually a movie and Oprah starred in it.
Somebody sent Celine the Wikipedia to this.
Yeah, it says neither Henrietta Lacks nor her family gave her physicians permission to harvest her cells, but at that time, permission was neither required nor customarily sought. It wasn't even something they would look for. They just go, well, let's get some cells here.
It just feels like if you should have the right to anything, you should have the right to your cells.
Yeah.
Yourself, your DNA, all of those things should be something that you just inherently have authority over and over the use. And I think it's probably gone that way. If it hasn't gone that way, I think it eventually will. But what happens sometimes, and Mo points this out a lot, is technology gets ahead of the law. And then the only way to remedy that is to file lawsuits and win a lawsuit that will establish, the legal future of that industry.
Legal precedent is what we call it.
Yeah, the legal
in
precedent.
the industry.
Right. It's important to do that kind of stuff. Okay, we're going to take a quick break. You got time to hang with us for one more segment, Moses?
I'll be here for some more shenanigans.
All right.
Nice.
Shenanigans on the way, I promise it. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
In a world of ever-changing algorithms, you can still find us here. Real Radio 104.1 on Facebook. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
What's happening? I hope your weekend is off to a great start on the major highways and roads of Orlando. And right now, a few things going on you should know about. The Turnpike northbound is open again, but still experiencing those delays due to an incident approaching Mineola Hancock. That shoulder is blocked there. Of course, your usual delay east and westbound on I-4 approaching State Road 535. And at this time, there is an incident reported on John Young Parkway. That's near Osceola Parkway at Ballpark Road. Our Safe Touch security line is 866-676-8477. I'm Brian Black.
This report is sponsored by Fresh from Florida.
I'm back. And look at all the Fresh from Florida produce I brought home.
Fresh from Florida produce is fresh as fresh can get.
It's refreshing to know that locally grown Fresh from Florida produce is available year-round.
Well, that's a breath of fresh air.
Look for Fresh from Florida where you shop.
From the Florida Department of Agriculture.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Get your tickets now
at AXS.com
for our 2023 Iheartradio Music Festival.
Coming back to Las Vegas.
2 nights.
September 22nd and 23rd.
1 stage.
At T-Mobile Arena.
Streaming live only on Hulu.
This is the Iheartradio Music Festival.
Buy your tickets for our 2023 Iheartradio Music Festival now.
Before they sell out.
At AXS.com.
That's AXS.com.
My fellow Americans, R.C. Hill here from R.C. Hill Mitsubishi. I think it's high time we celebrate. To help you relieve stress and start having fun again. It's time to let freedom ride and break free from your old ride. And declare your independence in a nicer, newer car for just $7 down. Have you been feeling put down, fed up, or just plain tired? Then it's time to let freedom ride. So keep your cash and drive a new 23 Outlander for just $7 down. All RC Hill Mitsubishis include a lifetime limited warranty. Even if you've heard no in the past, America is the land of opportunity. And I believe everyone deserves to drive a nicer, newer car today. So kick your old ride to the curb and let freedom ride for just $7 down. But hurry, this celebration ends soon. I'm RC Hill, your car dealer next door. Get free at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
$7 down requires approval. Negative equity may be refinanced. Example, stock number N12354. $7 down, $3.99 per month for 84 months, 3.9 APR.
The roar of the crowd. Thousands singing as one. Live music delivers happiness. This summer, Yellowtail and iHeartRadio are teaming up to create exciting moments with Happiness Live. Access to a lineup of amazing music events that bring the joy of live experiences to fans across the country. And live events pair perfectly with the refreshing taste of Yellowtail wines. Find out how you could win the chance to attend an incredible concert event by visiting a retailer near you or at iHeartRadio.com/yellowtailwine.
Have you noticed that solar panels are popping up everywhere? You never know who's going to have solar next, and here's a thought, it could be you. Utility rates keep going up, and now is a great time to save big with Solar Source. Solar Source has been getting the job done in Central Florida for almost 40 years, and right now, Monster fans get special access to their new AI-powered tool that can get you an estimate in 1 minute or less. Visit solarsource.com/monsters for an instant quote.
If your property has been damaged in a storm, call me, Mark Anajar, at the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. And take back control of your life. Office in Orlando.
Oh, when my Marco's craving hits, it really hits. And who wouldn't crave pizza with dough made fresh for a perfectly golden crust? 3 delicious, melty cheeses and savory toppings. I'm craving some Old World pepperoni right now. And with unlimited medium one-topping pizzas for just $6.99 each, I can cover tonight's cravings and tomorrow's. Nice. Marco's. Pizza lovers, get it. Price and participation may vary. See store for details.
When you open your hopper, you don't fill it with just any hardwood pellets, right? You fill it with Kingsford 100% hardwood blend pellets. Made right here in the USA with North American ingredients and a 100% natural hardwood blend, Kingsford pellets can be used on any pellet grill and add delicious smoky flavor to any meal. Kingsford's the name you trust for the low and slow cooking you crave. So look for Kingsford 100% hardwood blend pellets. Kingsford.com.
In St. Augustine, Ponte Vedra, it might feel like there's not enough time to take everything in. Because once you're done exploring 42 miles of pristine coast, marveling at historical architecture, and enjoying world-class food, it'll be time to check out and head home. But that's okay. You can always stay just one more day. Visit FloridasHistoricCoast.com to learn more. It's about time.
Hey shoppers, this is your local farmer letting you know that Florida watermelon is in season and available in the produce section right now. Whoa, hey, careful now. There's plenty of juicy watermelon and other tasty Florida-grown produce for everyone. I mean, all you have to do is ask for Fresh from Florida or look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo while you shop. We're going to need a lot more help at checkout.
When it comes to $1 small Slurpee drinks at 7-Eleven, no one's doing it like you. You're inventing new flavor combos, throwing caution to the wind. You're a frozen fizz whiz, a pina colada prodigy. You mix cherry and blue raspberry like a pro. Only you know the perfect ratio. Just when they think you're done, you add a splash of summertime citrus, just because you can. And because your small Slurpee drink masterpiece is just $1 at 7-Eleven. Slurpee, anything flows. Expires 12/31/2023 plus tax. Visit store for details.
Hi, I'm Joel Osteen. I've learned that you'll never meet the right people unless you get rid of the wrong people. Life is too short to hang around people that are pulling you down, draining your energy, keeping you from your best. I have a podcast where I talk about choosing the right people, having great relationships, so you can become all you were created to be. It's inspiring and encouraging. I think you'll enjoy it. Listen to the Joel Osteen podcast on the Iheartradio app or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Injured? Hire the largest injury firm in the world. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Join us on the show at any time. All you have to do is send a dispatch at thenewsjunkie.com. Thank you for hanging out with us. Thank you for listening to the show. That is very, very much appreciated. And all this weekend, if you want to go deeper into the world of the News Junkie, you could do that on the website, thenewsjunkie.com. Mo is always up to something. Our friend Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. And I don't mean
some shenanigans.
Yeah, yeah, but I don't mean something bad. I don't mean bad shenanigans. I mean good shenanigans. Yeah. For the most part.
Thank you for clarifying.
Yeah, I just want to get that out there on the record. But,
shenanigans.
He's got all kinds of merch. Mo merch is very, very highly sought after. And if you follow him on social media, you might get to gobble some of this stuff up. But I was on the News Junkie Discord a couple of nights ago. I sent this to you. And somebody posted themselves sitting watching TV in their Just Call Mo pajama pants.
I went looking for those the other day.
They were wearing them in the photo. And then the next comment goes by. And then the following comment is somebody with a picture of themselves watching TV in the same exact Just Call Mo pajamas. And I said, these are getting around.
It's stylish and comfortable.
People like
Can't
these
argue
things.
with that.
Yeah, it's spreading like wildfire out there, Moses.
I mean, what other lawyer has pajamas?
None.
Yeah.
Not one
We're
on planet
innovators.
Earth. Yeah, you gotta get forward and be ahead of everybody else. They're all still doing the commercials with the Eagles and a bunch of loud noises and it's over the top stuff that's not working right now. I think I'm gonna side with you on this. I know that you just did a video. Your man Forrest here was telling us about this, and I heard from John Bustecker, who works for the DeWitt Law Firm as well. And they said that you went. I didn't get to watch it yet, but they said you went through the whole thing from Hot Ones.
No, I've never heard of that show. This show's called Hot Mo's.
It's not related at all.
No, completely different.
This is just completely parallel thinking, not related.
Exactly. Yeah, we tasted the.
Did you do the same hot sauces?
No, we did the Mo hot sauces.
Oh, nice. Okay,
Yeah.
Those are a little
Got time in
friendly.
the branding.
Yeah, that's genius. But you don't want to do the ones that are like, I don't get it. Why there's a hot sauce that just actually physically hurts you when you eat it. And you're like, this isn't making anything better. What are we doing here? What are we
I
getting
can just take you out
ourselves
pack
into?
and kick you in the junk instead.
Right, yeah. Save me some money, too, right?
Yeah, it would be kinder.
Get the same rush out of things.
It wouldn't hurt hours later.
So you didn't try anything that was too hot?
No, well, there's the two Mo's, and then we did have a secret sauce that was a little spicy.
Oh, my God. See, I could take it. But even though I say that, remember the live show we did, C-Lane, where people brought some hot sauce, I think?
Yeah.
And it was Dave's Insanity sauce.
Yeah, and you tried that one first because you're an idiot.
I tried it first. I tried it first because it looks like a hot sauce I've had before, and I go, this is nothing. And it was the hottest, spiciest thing I've ever tried in my life.
Was it like delicious though, or
No.
was it just hurting?
It was just like Fritz. Like
It was Dave's
instantly.
Insanity, like ghost pepper hot sauce.
Yeah, instantly your mouth is just burning.
Like billions of Scovilles.
Oh,
See, I don't
God.
get that. Like, if it's not delicious, why, you could dunk your food in gasoline.
No,
It's not good.
I watched a video. I don't know if you guys have seen
Speak
this.
for yourself. Huh?
But there was
Gas food.
a video about these competitions that they do with like hot sauces and peppers and stuff, right? And over the years, it's gotten so bad that these people who come up with these peppers try to make hotter peppers and hotter peppers. Ghost pepper is one of those.
Yeah. Carolina Reaper.
Carolina Reaper is another example of these. And they try to outdo themselves to make something that's spicier than you can even imagine, like a billion Scoville or whatever.
I've talked about before. I saw one of those specials where they were doing the hot food. Like it was a festival that had competitions and everything. And one guy made a hot sauce out of like a pepper extract. So this is like super concentrated, and it's the kind of stuff that they make pepper spray with.
Oh,
And so he made a hot sauce out of this stuff.
Why?
And it was so incredibly painfully hot. And I thought this was unfair because this is what your competition is about. They kicked him out.
Oh,
they
really?
They booted him out of the hot food contest because it was so hot.
I mean,
that's like poison at that point.
Yeah,
There's a fine line there.
The thing that I was watching, I was like, this isn't fun anymore. This isn't fun. They had a panel of these people. They're at this table, and they have these peppers in front of them in like a little bushel or whatever, and they're just eating these things, and you could see that physically it's miserable
Blood
to do.
pressure through the roof.
Yeah, and nobody's having any fun, and it's just like, who can torture themselves the most to get through this?
I mean,
for $500 or something.
There's a couple of you out there, and you know who you are. You are assholes. There's a couple of you out there that would participate in a certain crime line chili cook-off.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And we would all have to judge the chilies at the chili cook-off. And a couple of you would make one that was just hot for the sake of being hot.
They're up to some shenanigans there.
Yeah, you would tell when it was coming down. They would warn us. They're like, this is the one.
Stupid one is on the way.
Yeah.
It's miserable. I don't know why people do that. I don't know why. I'm not even sure why you fake put yourself through it, Moses.
You ever see people do a contest to see who can eat the most jalapenos whole?
No.
Raw jalapenos?
Yeah,
No.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
But why?
I have no idea.
What's the point?
I feel like you'd just be sick for like days.
I'm telling you, it would be for like a $200 gift certificate to some place at the mall or whatever. And you just see the camera on these people, and they're all physically like dying. And you then know that this is all going to process through their body and come out the other side too.
And then also they have to sign a waiver saying that they won't sue or hold liable. So they're trying to kill themselves with peppers.
Essentially,
for
I
$200.
can't stand it. I don't know what's going on in that world. And then there was one guy who was like a ringer, and they said he had a taste bud issue. So
he had no taste.
Yeah, he would just put them down, and he wasn't impacted by them, I guess.
When I think of people eating whole jalapenos, I think of very early on, like probably 10 years ago right now, that Sean was a little intoxicated. And you had gotten some jalapenos from the farmer's market. And we were at your place at 55 West, and you decided to eat one raw. And you're like, don't love this decision, but, I'm getting through it. And Sabrina goes, oh, come on, how bad can it be? And she ate one raw, and she was in the most pain. Somehow Sean, like, pushed it to the side and was able to make it through. And Sabrina was like,
like on the verge of death, When you do this, you get desperate. People are like trying to, what can I Google to get rid of the spice?
It's like,
all it takes too is like one seed hitting like the back of your throat, and you close up.
Yeah, you don't need much.
No.
And some people start burping when they get any kind of spicy stuff.
I get the hiccups. Like if I get something really, really spicy and it hits me the wrong way, I won't be able to talk to you for a couple seconds.
I've never had that reaction, but I see a lot of people that do. I just can't bring myself to do that. Now, let me tell you something, though. The Moses DeWitt, the Just Call Mo hot sauces, they're not like that.
They're delicious.
Which is why, is the Wambulance one
That's the jalapeno. Well, I think a lot of people like the mango one.
I think the mango one is more popular.
Yeah.
I think they're both popular.
Oh, good. Then give me the Wambulance one because I never even got to try it. My wife ate that so fast.
I Wambulance in the car.
Yeah.
That stuff is good. People are always asking about that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I carry a case everywhere I go.
Here's the problem, though. The more merch you get, now all of a sudden you have to have like a rolling wardrobe with you. And you're like, would you like the shower curtain, the pajama pants?
Also, for a lawyer making hot sauce, Wambulance Chaser is a fantastic name for a hot sauce.
Yeah, it's good stuff. People really like that. The other thing that I've seen so many people on social media have got from Mo and are actually using is the big bag.
Oh, yeah.
The big giant bag, which is the Cinco de Mayo kind of thing.
Yeah,
or like
the Cinco de Mayo weekender bag.
Yeah. Oh, my God. People love that. I don't know how this is working for you, Mo, but it sure
I have no
is.
idea.
Go follow him on social media, wherever you see social media platforms. So shall you see Moses DeWitt. Search for Just Call Mo or Moses DeWitt, and you'll find him, and you might find some real cool stuff there. Tell me if they have a case here, Mo. All right? Tell me in this case if they have some sort of case that they can bring forward legally. In bizarre incidents at not one but two different Michigan McDonald's locations, children received their Happy Meals, and inside both those Happy Meals, there was a box cutter. And a mother showed this off on social media. There's a bright yellow box cutter and a pen, both in the Happy Meals box in Warren, Michigan. She said, McDonald's, I need an answer as to why and how a box cutter ended up in the bottom of our daughter's Happy Meal. Simply saying a Happy Meal is your catch-all box and somebody must have accidentally grabbed that one is not the answer I want. And then somebody else said, same thing happened to them. They had the cops called and they were looking into this. And I mean, it seems like it could have been a danger to your child, but do you have a case there?
I mean, it's the Happy Meal shiv toy.
You don't want that.
No, it's clearly something went wrong. And yeah, there could possibly be a case there, especially if somebody got hurt. And it certainly warrants an investigation. Probably not quite as fun for a kid to have a box cutter.
No,
I don't know, man. If you're like, now I can cut that bitch.
It's got somebody at school has been bothering him for quite some time. What
don't
about
want that?
Mo, did we talk to you about the chicken nugget story?
I can't remember.
From I think it was McDonald's, right, C-Lane, where the little girl burned herself?
Oh, yeah.
We did talk about that. Yeah.
Those kind of cases are... Does McDonald's or any of these other places, do they do anything to try to protect themselves in like on the receipt, or is there any way they can legally protect themselves because they're serving up food and there's an inherent danger, I guess, with that, right?
Well, I think after the coffee lawsuit, they did start putting that little, caution coffee is extremely hot on all their cups. So they do things like that. The food's still supposed to be served at a reasonable temperature. You're not supposed to serve, food that's 700 degrees and just toss it in someone's vehicle for them to play with and try to eat on the way home.
Right.
We kind of
this is the one where the chicken nugget fell and was like wedged in between the
and the poor
the
girl,
leg.
it actually burned her leg really severely because they said it was like overheated. What happens sometimes, and I think this is what happened with the coffee, Moses. McDonald's was saying that when people order the coffee, they want to make it so when they drink it, it's the optimal temperature. And people were generally taking some time before they actually tried to drink it for the first time. So maybe they would like go to work and then at work they would drink the coffee. So they had to heat the coffee up so much that when they got to where they were going and they were going to finally drink it, it was still hot enough for them.
Right.
And the food thing might be the same, but is that just a risk of being in that business to begin with?
It is, but those cases have to be pretty extreme. I mean, I don't know the full extent of the injuries from the chicken nugget, but to cause that kind of burn, the kind of burns that were described, at least, it would have to be, 2, 3, 4 times what a normal chicken nugget's temperature would be, at least. I mean, it have to be scalding hot to just touch your skin and literally, burn it and scar it like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's also there's a lot of risks that people don't consider for people who work at these places, and I imagine you've encountered your fair share of workplace injuries. Are those cases usually are they tough to fight, or are the business owners protected? How does that work?
Well, it just depends. I mean, if you're injured on the job, whether there's negligence or not, if you're in the job, just call Bob. Nice guy. You have workers' comp insurance that can cover some of your medical bills and things like that. But if there is negligence from another party, perhaps there was a case I think we talked about a long time ago. There. A person was working at a fast food restaurant, was up on a ladder, and there was some problems with the floor, the person who saw the floor, and basically the ladder flipped over and her arm went into the deep fryer.
Oh, my God!
And it's all on video, too. And so, a case like that is pretty horrific injuries, and not only would that person have a workers' comp case because they were injured on the job, but they would also have a negligence case against the faulty floor.
Did they make sure to salt the arm right after it came out of the deep fryer so that it would stick?
It's not funny. Not funny at all.
It's a little funny.
I have a victim's rights question coming through via text. Are you familiar with Marcy's Law?
A little bit.
It said if a victim of a crime signed a Marcy's Law form and requested to speak at a sentencing and the judge refused to set a time for the victim to speak, can the victim turn around and sue the judge in violation of Marcy's Law?
Typically, you can't sue a judge because their actions are protected. So you can't just sue a judge because you don't like what they did.
Whoa.
Now, there may be a violation.
Can you imagine the legal hellhole you would find yourself in if you could just sue a judge because you didn't like?
But imagine if there was a judge that was fully willing to take advantage of that, and the judge was just saying all kinds of insane things, but then you couldn't go after him because they have immunity. That would be wild.
There's you file a complaint against basically the judicial board. And
Okay.
they can be removed.
So
there's
other recourse.
Right, there is other recourse, but you can't just sue them because you don't like what they do, because everybody would sue anytime they got an adverse ruling to them.
Very true.
So there may be other remedies under Marcy's Law that are allowed. I'd have to look at those, though. But that, I think with Epstein, some of those issues were raised. I don't think it was Marcy's Law, but they had to inform the first time he pled guilty to whatever he was, and they had to inform the victims, and so they tried to get that conviction basically overturned and have him re-prosecuted or something along those lines.
Yeah,
because the sentence he was given was so light for all those illicit crimes.
Right, it was ridiculous. It was very controversial at the time. All right, thank you, Moses DeWitt. We appreciate you. If you need an attorney, this is where you go. 866-CALL-MO, 866-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com. We're back in just a second with the final dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut, and together to wrap everything up for a Friday and the weekend. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
The Jim Colbert Show. Out of context.
One technique I use, I stick my finger in it and I run it around the edge.
Yeah.
And loosen it up and then put it in my mouth.
See, I'm a tongue guy.
Grab that.
Yeah.
We won't use it. It'll be fun.
The Jim Colbert Show. Weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Rude Air Conditioning Weather Center. Powered locally by Ferguson HVAC.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro with a look at your Central Florida forecast. Afternoon highs today reaching the low 90s with feels-like temperatures in the triple digits. It is going to be breezy, though. By this afternoon, we'll be seeing sustained winds out of the west-southwest at 15 to 20 miles per hour, but gusts as high as 25. Later this evening, mainly after 2-3 o'clock, the chance for some scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms. Make sure you're staying weather aware. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro.
This report is sponsored by Take 5 Oil Change. At Take 5, they're faster than you think. That means they'll change your oil and have you back on the road before you can count all the change in your center console. Cha-ching, baby! Just sit back and relax while their fast, friendly team does all the work. Take 5, the stay-in-your-car 10-minute oil change.
We hear you, Orlando, loud and clear. You are growing, people are thriving, and business is booming. Ocean Bank has been helping businesses grow for over 40 years. And now, we are here to bring you even more possibilities with our new branch right in the heart of the city. The power of Ocean has come to Orlando. Visit us at our new branch in downtown or go online to oceanbank.com to learn more. Ocean Bank, member FDIC.
In this week's Marketers Report, Patrizio Spagnoletto, Global Chief Marketing Officer, Direct-to-Consumer for Warner Brothers Discovery, weighs in on building trust.
Trust is a really hard thing to build and a really easy thing to destroy, and we have to be very respectful about that. Our partnership with iHeart has really helped us build that trust and that relationship with the on-air talent.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, trusted influencers, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Pool season is here, but open roles got you underwater? Check out Indeed. Their powerful hiring platform makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Your spark is all you need. And let's be real, you don't have time for smoke and mirrors anyway. So ditch all the pretentiousness and the lighter it rode in on with Blue. Blue e-cigs are available in a variety of satisfying flavors and nicotine strengths. Even better, it's odorless. When you're living unlit, you're comfortable being your true you. And no one will mistake ashtray for your signature scent. Blue, get unlit. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. Underage sale prohibited. Blue is a trademark of Font Molding 4BV. Copyright 2022. Fontum US LLC.
If it's a day that ends in Y, you're probably stuck in Florida traffic. So turn that AC up one more notch. Aim the vents toward your face and think of a better place, like the cool, colorful produce section in your favorite grocery store. Why? Because that's where all the cool, colorful, fresh from Florida produce is. Produce just tastes better when it's grown closer to home. And when you buy fresh from Florida, you're supporting local farmers and jobs in our communities. So after you're done being stopped in traffic, pick up some fresh from Florida on your way home.
Eating good is about more than just tasty food. Eating good is about doing good, too. And that's exactly what Fresh from Florida is all about. Supporting local Florida farmers, creating jobs in our communities, and of course, making sure you can enjoy all the fresh flavors Florida has to offer. Because produce tastes better when it's grown closer to home. So eat good tonight. Look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo where you shop. Learn more at followfreshfromflorida.com.
With the Autio app riding shotgun, every road trip is an adventure.
Autio is my traveling companion. It's educational, entertaining, funny. It makes the drive come to life.
The Autio app automatically plays you stories about the natural wonders, local legends, and fascinating histories outside your car window, with over 10,000 unique stories from coast to coast.
I've learned more about my hometown from the Autio app than I did growing up here.
Autio, the perfect companion for your next road trip. Learn more at autio.com.
It happens in a matter of seconds, but the aftermath can last a lifetime. Car crash, slip and fall, there's only one Mo you should call. The Mo you know. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
Hello, Floridians. Today is a good day to do great things. Yes! Like finally getting your closet organized. Or fixing your water heater so you can enjoy warm, steamy showers. Oh, yeah! Do something great today by calling Plumbing Today to take care of all your plumbing needs. Right now, get our 93 free drain clearing and get the best from today.
Call today, Plumbing Today, plumbingtoday.biz.
Visit plumbingtoday.biz to book an appointment.
This Saturday and Sunday only at Old Navy, get 60% off shorts for the whole family. That's 60% off summer's must-have shorts. But hurry, it's this weekend only at Old Navy. Valid 6, 17, and 18, select styles only.
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter, that Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Ricardo, quote, "This is one of the greatest inventions ever. I know this may sound like I'm exaggerating, but this sucker is amazing. The first time I did it, I couldn't believe what came out of my sinuses. I could breathe with ease. My wife just bought one too. Thank you for this product," unquote. He's one of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
Grab your shades, your flip-flops, and your free iHeartRadio app for summer 2023. No matter where you go this summer, your favorite radio station, the music you love, and the best podcasts in the world will be along for the adventure. Download the free iHeartRadio app today.
Look sharp, shop smart, and take care of your eyes. Visit America's Best for a professional comprehensive eye exam, plus 2 pairs of glasses starting at just $79.95. Shop online or book an exam at americasbest.com. That's americasbest.com.
Friday. Hey, thanks for hanging out with us this week. We appreciate that. We appreciate you. And we appreciate you too, Moses DeWitt. You are the best friend. So thank you. Hold on.
There you are.
That's my fault.
I'm your best friend, but you can't turn my microphone on. I see
that's
how
not
it
me.
is.
See, I was doing it before. He did it before.
You just said it was your fault.
I know, but I got spoiled into you turning it on. I wasn't paying any attention to this stuff. There's so many microphones in this damn studio these days. It's hard to keep track of all of them. So anyhow, thank you. And everybody go to justcallmo.com or 866-CALL-MO. Is it too late for that teachers thing that you were doing where you're giving away the cruise, or is that still going
end of the
on?
month.
It's up until the end of the month. And where can people find that?
It's justcallmo.com. Just go there and you'll see a little button for it. And you can nominate yourself if you're a teacher and nominate a teacher you know. And then we're going to pick a winner at the end of the month and send them on a cruise.
That's fantastic. And go check that out. If you're a teacher, don't sleep on that. Make a move and get your opportunity to get something real nice for you. Here we go. Let's go over to a couple of final dispatches. We'll start with Ozman right here.
I usually can't listen anymore. I work outside in construction, so it's usually too loud to
Different reason.
Totally
different
your radio. But I generally catch the last 30 minutes of the show or so.
Perfect.
So I'm sorry if this has been asked already. But I have a question for Fritz.
Okay.
Is Fort Fritz ever going to come back? Because I've re-listened to the whole series about 4 times now, and I want more content. I love you guys. Have a good weekend, everybody. And yeah.
Thank you, Ozman.
So are we going to get you off the street and back in the fort?
No, I don't think so. There's too many.
Stay on the streets.
People just have gone different directions.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, look, they love that. And it's cool.
It's great.
You know, it's cool. People could go binge it and like go back and listen to it again, like a Netflix show or something.
I mean, I spent like 5 hours on every episode, so it was a lot of time of my life.
Yeah, there's a lot of work involved in that, and you can hear it too. But if you haven't heard Fritz's podcast, go check that out, Fort Fritz. Let's go over to. Oh, you know what? We're out of time here. We got to get the hell out of the way.
Oh, yeah.
All the stories just made the cut. Congratulations, stories. You made it. Here we go. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
It is Today I Learned for a Friday, June 16th, 2023. Today I Learned sponsored by J. David Tax Law. Peace of mind is only a click or a phone call away. Moses, you can guess, and you could beat the both of them on this couch.
You better
never
not.
happen.
You don't do great at this, though. I'm not going to lie to you. Today I Learned this band.
Motorhead.
Motorhead is right. Today I Learned in the 1960s, Lenny Kilmister of Motorhead worked for Jimi Hendrix as his roadie and drug supplier for after-show parties. Lemmy later recalled how he got to see Hendrix perform a whole lot, twice a night, for about 3 months, and he would be the drug go-getter back
That's
then.
cool.
That is very cool.
Both those guys did their fair share.
I mean, just kidding. Drugs are not cool.
That's bad.
Stay in school, kids.
It's really bad stuff. Today, the first aircraft carrier landing was done with no arresting wires to stop the plane. Instead, men on deck grabbed ropes tied to the plane.
What?
To slow it down.
That sounds very stupid.
Yeah.
You could not convince me to do this experiment. If no, they were like, we're going to stop this thing. Grab one of the ropes.
Could you imagine the rope burn?
A plane is landing.
It's just getting dragged across. No.
I would not go for that. Today I learned this movie right here.
Wayne's World.
Wayne's World is correct. I didn't know
time.
they have an extended version of this. Today, when Wayne's World was filming, Mike Myers didn't know how to drive a car, so he had to take driving lessons, and the only place where he could find driving lessons near him was a Sears. So he went there and learned how to drive a vehicle.
How did he not know? How do you make it to SNL and you don't know how to drive a car?
I don't know.
He's Canadian, and then he lived in New York.
Yeah, city kids sometimes. They'll go through their whole lives never driving a car ever. And finally, today I learned this band right here.
My Chemical Romance.
That's right. My Chemical Romance.
Flag on the field.
Today I learned that Gerard Way started My Chemical Romance after seeing 9/11 happen on his way to work in New York City. Seeing thousands of people die in front of him made him reassess his life, and he decided he would take a chance on his music career. And it paid off for him pretty well, I think.
Well, he got to do comic books and TV shows.
What is that? The Umbrella Academy?
Yeah, he's a smart dude.
He's behind a lot of big stuff. Thank you so much. Thank you, Moses.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Fritz.
Thank you.
And thank you for listening. We'll be back next week, same time, same place. In West Palm Beach, it's Rover coming up next. In Orlando, it's the Jim Colbert Show. It's on the way, and it's all right here on Real Radio.